KIRO AM Seattle, KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, hello, let's do this. Good morning, everybody. Brock and Salk Show, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. The old Seattle Sports app, all the podcast platforms out there, all of them everywhere. And, of course, 97.3 HD2 and YouTube as well. We'll figure out the YouTube thing here in just a moment. YouTube, you know, where you can watch the show on video. Missed everybody yesterday. Oh, there I am. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great late start to the week. Always nice to begin the week with a Monday off and a good opportunity to remember, really to thank someone you know who has served and to remember the folks that have passed away and paid the ultimate sacrifice. So I hope you enjoyed your Memorial Day holiday, but also thought a little bit about what it means and the price of freedom and all of it. So thank you to all of the veterans and everybody who has served, and specifically those who have paid the ultimate price for our country. As for the weekend in sports, man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. What a weird, messy time, man. Trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this Mariner team. And just when you think you got an idea, of course, right, it kind of goes the other way. And last night, the huge win, the bats coming to life, the piggyback working on paper, all of it kind of throws a monkey wrench into it if you were planning to come in today and say this team is toast. What is going on? I mean, just so much messiness. But the bats kind of come in and change that story a little bit and remind you that they're only a game and a half back, which is crazy given kind of where they're at, 3 games below 500 and just kind of toddling along. On the other hand, we've talked a few times and trying to remember if they can just tread water long enough to wait for that big win streak and whatever it's going to be. It doesn't have to be 15 in a row, but, kind of wait to get hot. They're going to find themselves in great shape. But, man, is it a messy process getting there. We saw all kinds of stuff this weekend I thought was really challenging to watch. Complete game shutout on Saturday? Nobody wants to be complete game shutout in the modern major leagues. By the way, it almost happened again on Sunday. I mean, it looked like it was heading that way. But Saturday was just a complete and utter lack of offense. Sunday is really the one that's in the crosshairs because you get a bunch of stuff. 3 errors. Yes, Lyle, one of them did occur in a bunt, and I will say Kansas City used the bunt pretty effectively in that game to give themselves kind of what they needed in terms of putting the game in motion, forcing a pitcher to make an athletic play, which he failed to do. That's not a huge surprise. And then later, sacrificing man from second to third. Well, sacrificing to, second to third in order to drive in an extra insurance run, which helped. You got JP's D. And again, just to come back to the errors, it's not just that they put the game in motion. Errors are generally a sign of concentration, a mental mistake, more than just physical. And they are under the headline, for me anyway, of what is controllable versus what is outside of your control in baseball. JP's having a heck of a time. Now, that one may be in a different category. Something's going on with JP, and maybe it's just, his attempt to try to move to third base, and he's learning a new position. I'm sure he's working early on that, and maybe it's messing him up at shortstop, but whatever's going on, it doesn't look good. And then you get these 2, I don't even know if I want to call them incidents, but some things. I guess they're incidents. I guess that works. The first is Sunday. The second was yesterday. So the first was Julio showing up late for his at-bat, and not just a little late. He was way late. That's the latest I've ever seen in the pitch clock era, which I know is only a couple years old. That's the latest I've ever seen somebody to get out to the first.
prepared with his gear.
I mean, that just speaks to how late he was, right? Like, oh, wait, he's got to go out there. And then he's taken a full minute to just kind of get his gear together. Then, and yeah, I will admit the first thing I thought of is, well, something weird happened right before that with Randy going back on that fly ball that carried a little bit longer and a little bit farther than certainly he expected it to. It ended up hitting the wall, and I thought that was a play. I agree with kind of what Angie and Aaron were saying. I thought that was a play that he should have made. I don't think he played it the right way. I mean, again, my little league and high school outfield training doesn't go nearly as far, nor should it, to what a major leaguer will get. But, some of the principles of the game have always been the same. Don't drift in the outfield. Get back to your spot. Race to your spot. And then go from there. And he didn't do that. And the ball goes over his head. And Julio had to go run and pick it up. And then in the next inning, Julio's late. Look, Julio said afterwards, and I'll play you the sound, that it was on him and he kind of forgot. I don't know if I believe him. That to me sounds like covering. Because I'm going to kind of go back to what Dan said afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know what had happened in the dugout. I think he was talking to somebody, about defense or something that happened in the field, and just didn't get up there in time.
Yeah, something on defense. I think what he was reacting to was Randy. I'm going to go ahead and make a huge leap. Maybe it's crazy. I don't think it's a huge leap at all. I think Julio was talking to Randy in the dugout, or maybe back up into the, in the tunnel somewhere so that nobody could see him. But I think Julio was talking to Randy. I'm going to guess Julio was laying down the law. Man, hey, this can't happen. You can't do that. It's lazy. It's lazy defense. And we had heard a year ago that those guys were going to hold each other accountable to their defense. Well, it's up to Julio to hold Randy accountable there. There aren't that many other people who can do it. So we'll discuss it a little bit, in greater depth at 7:30. That is either going to be a great turning point for this season, with a clubhouse leader stepping up to help his teammate get it figured out because they just can't have it as great as Randy's hit. Or it's going to be continuing sign of some level of fracture inside the clubhouse. I don't know which it is yet, so I'm not going to comment. I don't know. Hoping it's the first. I hope it's not the second. And then yesterday, you get another one. So yesterday, the piggyback works great on paper. Oh, man, both pitchers were phenomenal. That's the best Luis we've seen since his first start of the season against the Yankees, right? I mean, he didn't allow a run. He didn't pitch that long, but he didn't allow a run in 4 innings. So that was great. Bryce came in, pitched great. The bats certainly helped. They did their part, made the piggyback pretty easy. So on paper, it works great, right? 206, Salk, piggyback worked again. What's the ERA? Well, it's 2 runs in 18 innings, roughly. So it's about 1. So certainly on paper, it's worked very well. I guess it's 4 runs, excuse me. So it gets about 2. Somewhere around 2. Whatever. It's great. It's great. I don't think they felt like it went great. I don't think Luis felt like it went great. I'm not sure Bryce felt like it went great. Both guys pitched really well and seemed really pissed. And if you saw the video that's circulating of Luis on the bench after getting pulled, he didn't look too happy. Slamming his jacket, slamming his glove and hat. He looks pretty pissed to me. I should have quoted one of my lines in Die Hard. That man looks really pissed. Yeah. Sort of the same type of thing. Sort of like the awkward trying to slam something that's not really meant to be slammed. In Die Hard, it's his gun against that drink table or whatever. In this, Luis trying to throw a jacket. Doesn't work. Can't really throw a jacket. You need a helmet or something with some weight if you're going to really slam it. But he's pissed. He's starting pitcher his whole life. He don't want to come out of the game after 4 shutout innings, 60-something pitches. Are you crazy? I don't want to come out. I want to keep pitching. So either make him a reliever or let him start. But this, I hate this. And they hate it. And yet it's working. So I don't really know what they're going to do. My guess is they're going to probably run this thing out there again. And I think it's putting Dan and the rest of the coaching staff in a very tough spot. Trying to sell this? Ooh, tough to sell. And maybe they'll look at it and say, hey, this went great because, we won. Okay. Baseball players may very well feel that way. But for generations, well, maybe not generations, but let's go decades. For decades, we've known, or at least had a pretty, I think, clear and believable view that having a ninth inning closer is a terrible idea. The only reason we still have one is because it's hard to manage. It's harder to manage when you don't just have a ninth inning closer. It's harder to manage putting guys into the right spot, using them in the right pocket, even if that's in the 7th or 8th inning or 6th, whenever it might be. It's really, really hard, right, to manage the personalities. And the guys will say, well, I like to know my role and I need it clarified and I know I'm coming in here. And then we've got the stats that go with it. Hey, I'm Bryce Miller. You know what? I'd kind of like to get paid one day. You know what's not going to help? Not getting starts every other time. Not getting an opportunity, Luis, last night to get a win. Because he only goes 4 innings. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed about that too.
Well, and you can't tell us last year that one of the reasons you had so much success and got so close to the World Series is because of your amazing team chemistry, and then act like that's not a factor here.
Guys want to be, you're right, Morb. Guys really want to be good teammates and give for the good of the team, but this is really asking a lot of them. And you could see the frustration. They've now both been frustrated after both of these starts, even though they won this game and they both pitched well in both of them. It's not a great sign.
From Bryce, he's giving Luis a ton of credit. They're not mad at each other.
Oh, absolutely not. They're just mad.
Yes.
They're mad at the situation. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry if I made it sound like they were mad at each other. No, they're just mad. Why do I have to do this? Clarify the role. And I think there's an element of this feels Mickey Mouse. It feels minor league. Guys don't do this in the majors. They do it in the minors. All right, we got to take a break. We'll talk more about this all morning long, and Brock will be in, and Passan will be in, and we got a lot to get to. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710 seattlesports.com.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Adventure in the 26 Tacoma TRD Sport, leasing at $399 a month with $1,000 TFS cash. Earn $3,000 in customer cash on the Tundra, leasing at $469 a month, and the 4Runner at $369 a month. All leases, 36 months, $39.99 due at signing. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
And we're back. The big headline today. Your Washington Credit Union, WSECU, has done it again.
5 straight years as Forbes' best in-state credit union. That's a dynasty, Rick, like 5 straight championship rings.
Or 5 seasons hitting 400, Steve.
Holy catfish! If you want a team that wins year after year, join your Washington Credit Union, WSECU. Details at WSECU.org.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, part 2 of the Piggyback went a whole lot better than the first, at least on paper, and certainly in terms of the results. Everyone was great yesterday. Luis Castillo, brilliant through 4 innings. Bryce Miller pitched the final 5. The bullpen got a full day of rest. That is exactly how they drew this thing up, and in that way, it worked to perfection. Sure didn't hurt to put up an early 6 spot with all 6 runs coming after the A's couldn't turn a double play. Naylor, Rosarena, Raley, all with big days. Here was Luke.
Savali set, deals. Swung on, blasted, right field. This is on its way. It is gone. Luke Raley thunders a 2-run home run into the Mariners bullpen. The home run leader for the Mariners strikes again. 4-0 M. A 4 spot in the 3rd, punctuated by Luke.
Yeah, they got another 2 after that. I mean, just Canzone hit a home run. Randy hit another one later, and the offense absolutely, well, Dan used the right word. It exploded.
They let it all go. I think it did feel good, and I think these guys have really been putting in some good at bats. They're putting in the time, and I think it feels really good. I think for the hitting group, the hitting coaches as well, as they continue to put in all the work, and just to see that big inning kind of explode there, felt great, and hopefully there's more to come.
All right, the win gets them back to 3 games under 500, just a game and a half behind the A's. Unfortunately, the guys involved in it did not seem any happier this time around. This time it was Luis Castillo who was frustrated, slammed down his glove and his jacket in the dugout after being lifted. Bryce said he only found out about the situation that he was going to be throwing out of the pen a couple of days ago. He seemed a little frustrated about it.
Is it getting more, I guess, comfortable now that you've done both situations?
This setup's not very comfortable, but like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I get to come out and pitch in the big leagues.
I mean, I appreciate it. The pause, I think, probably tells you everything you need to know there. Game 2 tonight in Sacramento. Emerson Hancock against Luis Severino.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, always going to be plenty of moving pieces in a baseball roster over the course of the year. And we're seeing some progress on a few of those. Cal Raleigh began a little light throwing yesterday in Arizona. That is a huge, huge step as he's trying to return from that oblique strain. Here was Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of assess where he can get the best attention and the best work, and kind of make a decision from there. But I think right now he's in a good spot down there with the personnel that we have down there, and where he is in his rehab progression. So just kind of see when we get back out where he is with that.
Okay, well, I would imagine that how he feels after throwing lightly yesterday will be a big part of it. But look, I mean, as we talked about, Cal's going to play through a lot. His pain tolerance is obviously incredibly high. I don't know how much we're going to find out based on how he reacts to some light throwing. I'm sure he's going to end up being fine. The question will come once he starts to ramp up the intensity and once he gets back, and whether or not he's able to really go full bore and what that looks like out on the field. Gabe Spire joining the team yesterday in Sacramento. He could be activated as soon as tonight. It was nice to see Victor Robles back on Friday. Yeah, 0 for 2, and didn't really get to see him for a couple games after that, but he should at least help with the lefty issues, as they're going to see another one tomorrow and make them a little bit more athletic, especially in the field.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
The Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks are going to get back on the field later this afternoon. They've got their first open, organized team activity of the offseason, which is essentially a mini camp of sorts. Good reporting on Devin Witherspoon from our friend Brady Henderson, who says the Seahawks made an initial offer several weeks ago for a new contract, according to a league source, but the two sides do not yet appear to be close to an agreement. Sounds like he's been there, and we've seen the pictures of him. Looks happy, but we'll see whether or not they're able to get something done, and I would certainly have eyes on whether or not he's there for the public portion of it starting today. That is everything you need to know. 1:15 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. I am curious what you guys think. So, I mean, they've gone through this piggyback situation now twice, right? The guys have allowed 4 runs, right? And pitched 9, 4, 13. They've pitched 16 innings, I think it is. Maybe it's 16 and a third, but something like that. They've allowed 4 runs in roughly 16 innings. The 2 pitchers. What do we think? 4 runs in 16 innings. Would you do this again? You going to roll it out a third time? In terms...
I would not at all, just because of how upsetting it seems to be to them.
Well, that's the other side of it,
I think
obviously.
you need to get the team vibes and chemistry.
So what would you do?
Luis to the bullpen.
You're ready to make the move. I am too. I'm with you. Lyle?
I mean, we have a larger sample size. That he looked great yesterday, but
but it's time.
They cannot do this even for one more game. It's done. Piggybacking is done. It's funny. I will say, I had been very, very much of the belief that they just needed to put Luis on the Phantom IL for a couple weeks. I don't think they can at this point. You saw what he did yesterday?
He looked great.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. Like, he may really, really, like, cause a scene if they tried to ask him to take a Phantom IL stint
and
at this
Passan
point.
kept warning, like, how carefully you need to handle this. I don't know if it's been handled that carefully.
It doesn't feel that way.
So, pick a lane is my answer. Either put Luis in the bullpen, or I guess go to a 6-man. But by trying to make everybody happy, they're making nobody happy right now.
We might have to open up the phone lines at some point today. We might have to open up the phones, kind of see what people are thinking about this whole thing. Yeah, we'll do that. For the moment, send a text, 866-979-3776. On paper, it worked. Certainly better than it did in the first game. Although, again, overall, both pitchers have pitched really well across the two piggyback games. One, brought up some of the challenges in that even when it goes according to plan, it still didn't work. And then yesterday, you had the other half of it where the other pitcher was mad. The starting pitcher's been mad both times because they both pitched well. Why would they want to come out of the game? So what do you want to do? Text us, 866-979-3776. And then for those of you who, like me, were running around and doing everything but an opportunity to watch everything that happened this weekend, Maura does. Maura doesn't do anything. She has no life. She just watches sports every moment and then report. No, I'm just kidding. But she'll take us through the weekend.
We live in an era where I can find information about what happened if I don't see every game.
How is that even possible? I don't believe it. That sounds fake to me. It's next on Brock and Salk.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Join the Dugout every Tuesday from 1 to 2 on the Bump and Stacy Show, powered by Top Fitness. Top Fitness is your #1 place for home fitness and exercise equipment, with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue. Visit topfitness.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan and the ones you don't.
For the time you forgot your charger at the gate.
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
Or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, start treatment at Revive Washington and get a free comprehensive wellness panel. A $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, and more. Take control of your health today. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
About a million text messages here. 425, the Piggyback is giving very split the baby vibes. I would agree. 253 sounds like communication has been horrible. Sounds to me like neither guy knew exactly how it was going to work this week. Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest challenge. Why didn't they seem to understand? They should have known ahead of time, like, hey, this is how it's going to go. Maybe they did, but I mean, it sure sounds like Bryce didn't know he was pitching out of the pen until a couple days ago. And then Luis, I mean, seemed pretty shocked at coming out of the game at that point. So, yeah, it is all very surprising. There are a couple others who like it. Hey, they succeeded both times. The only difference is they hit in one, didn't hit in the other. 253, though, they have no exit strategy for the Piggyback. I think that's a good point. What's the exit strategy on this? Have you backed yourself into a corner? Right? Like, have you backed yourself into a corner of like, well, now we're doing it and it has to work because no one thinks it was going to work, but we do. And so, like, how do you get out of it? You need an exit strategy. It's like Vietnam. You know what that is, Lyle?
A country, but you're probably talking about the war.
Probably. All right, Maura, what did we miss this weekend?
Well, that's quite the lead.
From Vietnam to around the weekend.
Well, this one was like a little bit before the weekend, but you weren't here on Friday, and I know how much you have longed for this to happen. So I don't know if you've heard this yet, but Todd Monken, the new Browns head coach, who Myles Garrett did not seem happy about that choice to begin with. He posted the exhausted Popeyes food worker taking a break in the back meme after that hire, and I think he had wanted Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator, to get bumped up to head coach, and that did not happen, and Schwartz left in anger after that. So a lot of drama going on there already, and then Todd Monken was asked the other day if he has met his star pass rusher yet.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Miles?
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Not at all.
Not only is it no, he's horrified you would even ask.
Yeah.
What? No.
And Myles Garrett, I guess, is
Absolutely not.
Is kind of known for not doing the offseason work, so he hasn't been around. But it sounds like there's been no contact between him and the team since they restructured that contract, which led a lot of people to believe he might be traded because they took a bunch of money, like $20 or $30 million he was going to be owed in March, and moved it to where he doesn't get it to September now.
Miles? What? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Why would I talk to him?
So that led our friend Chris Canty on Unsportsmanlike to say that he might still be traded.
It feels like Todd Monken knows something that everybody else doesn't, which is he's not with the team right now. He's probably not going to be on the team when we start the season in week 1. Why would you say, when you're entitled to $30 million, it's cool, you can get it to me in 4 or 5 months? If you owe me $30 million and you owe it to me tomorrow, why would I say I'm cool taking it 5 months from now?
I just thought you might be happy to hear it.
I mean, I don't know if it means he's going to be traded, but obviously things are weird there, right? I mean, real weird. Yeah, I do like that sound.
Even if he's not going to off-season activities, you would think they would have at least met by now.
I think that's hilarious. Can you play me the first cut again? That's hilarious.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Miles?
Yeah.
No.
It's so good.
He hates me. Did you see the meme?
Miles? Absolutely not. Why would I talk to him? He's the best player on your team. What? So? Oh, I'm supposed to now just go around talking to the players on my team? Why would I do that? No, absolutely not. That's hilarious. Thank you. Thank you for playing that for me this morning.
You're welcome.
I saw that sound in the system, but I didn't have an opportunity to listen to it. I didn't know it was as good as it is. That's really great. Thank you, Maura. You made my day.
Yeah. We had a Who's Shoes on Friday where it was like Mike LaFleur in Arizona or Todd Monken in Cleveland. Both not fun.
I mean, the answer to that is no.
You have a Jacoby Brissett holdout and Myles Garrett not even.
I think the answer to that, honestly, the answer to that Who's Shoes would just be whoever's getting paid more. Like, that's the entirety of the answer there. I guess it'd be better to live in, the Phoenix area than the Cleveland area. So maybe that's the answer, but yeah, that's no. The real answer to that is just no.
Well, another thing this weekend that kind of sparked some trade rumors again was the Detroit Tigers spiraling. 8 losses in a row. You saw Bob Nightingale post.
Yep.
That's 16 losses in the last 18 games and one step closer to putting Tarek Skubal on the trade block. John Heyman posting something similar. And then also this was Buster Olney on ESPN.
It would make all the sense in the world for them to flip Skubal for value. He's not going to re-sign with them before he becomes a free agent in the fall. And he would be a difference maker. And, as we look at teams that might be interested, we talked about the Cubs. I do wonder about the San Diego Padres. A.J. Preller is hyper-aggressive. And the usual suspects, the Dodgers, who are absolutely loaded to begin with. And if you told me that he was wearing a Dodger uniform on August 4th, the day after the trade deadline, that wouldn't shock me. And I think San Diego is interesting just because A.J. Preller, their general manager, is clearly not afraid to make expensive trades. He made that big deal for Mason Miller, giving up his top prospect last summer.
The Dodgers, really?
I mean, that would be obviously pretty obnoxious. How many teams has Jorge Polanco destroyed this year? I mean, he's managed to destroy both the Mets and the Tigers. I mean, they haven't been the same since Jorge did his thing, right? That team was Game 5 of the ALCS or ALDS last year. Now they're losing 18 of 20. The Mariners are not above 500, and they clearly miss something. I don't know whether he's the reason. It's not like I was clamoring for them to resign him. Quite the opposite. And the Mets are awful, and he's been missed most of the year. Don't touch Jorge Polanco. He will ruin your next season.
So are we going to circle back to this conversation at some point?
About what? You want to trade for Skubal?
I mean...
Hey, let's piggyback twice a week. Why not? You could trade for Skubal and then have him, piggyback with Emerson Hancock.
That might be Scott Boris's dream.
Can you imagine?
I'm just saying, obviously the Mariners have a bunch of pitching depth, and the Cade Anderson factor is real too, but he's different. He throws every single equation out the window because he's the best in the league. He's the best in the game.
Not in the playoffs.
You want to... Yeah, he was.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, what did he...
Oh, here we go.
What did he do against the Mariners in Game 5? Oh, he punched out like 12, and he went 6 and 1 run off a sac fly?
I'm just trying to get your goat there, Lyle. Just trying to get your goat.
I would have the conversation, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, it's a good conversation. I don't think you do it, though. You already got too many pitchers. You don't even know what to do with them all. You're piggybacking them once a week.
But they don't have a true ace like him. They have a lot of guys that are really good.
All right.
But they don't have a Tarek Skubal in their rotation.
So you want to give up Ryan Sloan?
No, that's not going to be the price for half a year.
Well, we'll see. What do you want to give up?
I mean, you'd have to dip into your farm system, but they have pieces to do it. Now, this is going to depend on if they're in a position at the trade deadline to truly go for it.
Right. You're gonna do this at the trade deadline if you're 3 games under 500? Trade for Tarek Skubal?
That's a different story. But again, having an ace in the playoffs just changes your
It does.
entire
There's
equation.
no doubt. I totally agree with you. You're right. It's a good conversation, but it's too early for it. And honestly, they're not in a position to be having it today.
That's probably right.
I'm not willing to give them, not willing to have that conversation about the Mariners today.
That's probably fair.
Let's see if you're
206.
willing to have this conversation. Oh, sorry.
I like this one. Luis, JP, and Bryce for Skubal. That's funny. 425. If we got Tarek Skubal, we could piggyback him with Logan Gilbert. See, there you go. There's like a million of those texts. I just love the idea. Yeah, we're going to trade for Luis, and we think that the best plan would be to just kind of piggyback him. We'll Jeez.
All right, I threw this one on here just for you. The Astros threw a combined no-hitter to defeat the Rangers Monday with Tatsuya Imai throwing 6 no-hit innings.
I know.
That's hit the other way on the ground, and it's stopped by Paredes. Went down to both knees, gets up, throws to first, side retired. Tatsuya Imai, a season-high 6 innings, no runs or hits, as he has retired the last 8 in a row.
I mean, am I surprised that Imai couldn't even finish the job with a no-hitter?
Oh,
no.
my gosh.
He probably asked out of the game after 6.
I thought he should quit baseball.
He should.
No, he was pretty good.
Worthless.
No, he wasn't.
Fake news.
Your
It's not real.
ability to stick to the bit.
It's fake.
Embarrassing.
I don't even believe that happened. How long did it take? Like 3.5 hours for him to go 6 innings? Whatever, man. Lots of bad pitchers have had good days. I'll say thanks, but no thanks.
Okay.
On Imai.
Did you get to watch any playoff hockey this weekend, or was it only junior hockey?
I did watch some Seattle Select 12U hockey. There's no doubt. Shout out to Cecily, though. I'll give her a little more credit later, but she actually had herself cool moment.
Yeah, that's
Cool moment for Cecily this weekend. I did watch a little. What'd you see?
Well, the Colorado Avalanche are in trouble.
It is crazy,
They
man.
opened as heavy favorites over the Vegas Golden Knights in the Western Conference Finals, but they're on the brink of elimination after going down 3-0 in the series. They've been outscored 12-6 in those 3 games, and they allowed the Golden Knights to come back from a 3-goal deficit in their 5-3 win on Sunday. This was when the Golden Knights tied it.
Borzak with a shot. Strange carom off the glass. Back to Coghlan. They score! Tipped in by Keegan Colasar. They have tied it. Then Colasar got smashed into the board.
Sean's so good. I love Sean McDonough. I mean, this is going to go down as one of the great playoff choke jobs of all time, right? Yeah. No, they weren't ahead and then blowing like a 3-0 lead or something like that, but they were the best team in the league this year by like a lot. Not a little, a lot. This was supposed to be just a coronation ceremony, over the course of these NHL Stanley Cup playoffs this year. Instead, and they've had some injuries. Obviously, Makar has been hurt, and then McKinnon is hurt. So, I mean, they're missing some of their dudes. But this is a complete implosion. Complete implosion. And then on the other side of it, and maybe you could say he's not a big part of it, but like John Tortorella was hired a few games before the season ended, and he has taken the Knights well beyond what anybody would have expected them to be. If they end up winning the Cup,
comeback games,
yeah,
they're behind. They just surge.
They
at
play
the end.
physical. I mean, I don't know how many times we've said that, you know, he was available if the Kraken wanted to hire someone like Torts. You want to try to get yourself a little bit of extra publicity in a good sports town right now where publicity and conversation is hard to come by. Torts was available multiple times.
Oh my gosh, and it would be the press conferences would be so much more interesting.
He's as fiery and interesting as any human in the NHL.
Seriously.
And right now he's having a whole lot of success. Okay, sorry. Rant over.
I was trying to see if I could find a.
I will admit I was
here.
rooting for Colorado, but only because I want to make sure the Canadians don't win the Cup.
Yeah.
So I was rooting for the better team, Colorado. Hopefully Carolina will take care of it and it won't matter. They're up 2-1.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. Yeah, the Canadians, Hurricanes, Sebastian Aho tipped in the overtime game winner yesterday for the Hurricanes to take a 2-1 series lead.
Svechnikov, cross ice, Jarvis. Back out, shot by Svechnikov. Score! The Carolina Hurricanes take game 3.
Heck yeah.
Their second consecutive overtime victory. Svechnikov, the shot. Aho was setting up in front of Dobish. The Hurricanes win it 3-2.
Go, Canes, go.
All right, I know you don't care that much about the NBA, but the Knicks.
Well, I kind of care, I will say, more about this Cavs story. And I think it's going to relate to a conversation we're going to have tomorrow. Just listening to, I know they lost to the Knicks, and everyone's happy for the Knicks, and their fans have been miserable basically since John Starks left. And I don't blame them.
27 years since they've been to a final.
I know. Yeah, they went to one more after the Starks one, right? But they were like all beat up or something at the time. The Starks one is the one I'll remember. I mean, he just unfortunately could not shoot in that game. That was so sad for him. In any event, I am interested in this whole Cavs thing about their complete and total devotion to the analytical side of the game. And I heard Evan Cohen ranting about it before we got on the air today and saying that they were taking the quantitative over the qualitative, and I think there's a fascinating conversation to be had. I mean, they made some really big bets on guys like on Harden, right? Who's like a nut. I'm not going to pretend like I really know all the ins and outs of this whole thing.
Defense.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I understand all the ins and outs, but I do think that there's a fascinating conversation here about whether we've reached sort of a limit on analytics. They work. Obviously, no one is going to sit here and tell you, like, we should go back to the way the games were all played in the 80s. Like, they've just learned so much about how to win and win better and more efficiently and more effectively. Not going to sit here and give you, like, an anti-analytics rant. I don't believe it. I think there's a lot of real strong value to that stuff. But at the same time, it does feel like maybe we're hitting kind of the outer limit, the outer edge, and a little course correction is necessary, not to come back and say, hey, none of this works, but just to say, hey, how do we figure out the human side also? Anyway, sorry. I have been sort of paying attention.
Sorry, I got sidetracked after you were talking about James Harden, looking at this quote from him that says, genuinely, I do feel like we're the better team.
Right.
Series-wise, we didn't show it. You got swept.
Yeah. I mean, you hear people say stuff like that all the time afterwards, but I mean, like, that is sort of, you know, that kind of works with this whole analytical, well, we think we were better on paper, right? We just think we got unlucky. And look, there is an element of trusting the process. I get it. You got to trust the process over the results at times. But once you get into the playoffs, I mean, like, it's going to work.
Yeah.
So, okay. Congrats to the Knicks, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is John Starks going to throw out the first, or whatever they do? Do they have, like, a moment to honor John Starks before the game?
I don't know.
I hope so. I love me some John Starks. That guy dunked in Jordan's face. The greatest moment ever.
I love how the only way you can talk NBA is
But what happened in the
going
90s?
so far back.
Yeah, let me talk current NBA culture.
No,
that
thanks.
that side talk video that's about to come out is going to go nuts.
What's that?
Oh, it's these New York content creators that do all these street interviews, and their most famous
I think
popular
there's already
ones
one out
are with Knicks fans, and there have been a few over the years that are just absolutely unreal. We can't play them here on the air,
No,
but they're
nor should
unreal.
we. Okay. Boy, yeah. Okay.
I mean, they're like nothing you see in sports with any other fan base.
Okay. Still. Okay.
Salk sounds offended, Lyle.
I'm not offended. That's great.
The Western Conference Finals were much more interesting with the series tied 2-2. The Thunder won 123-108 on Friday, and the Spurs won 103-82 on Sunday. Wemby had 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists in that game.
That half-court shot was pretty unbelievable.
He's insane.
Yeah, he's pretty crazy.
He's an avid chess player and pretty good at it, so he made the
I would
comp
hope
to this
so.
series.
If you're an
after
avid
the
chess
game.
player, you better be good at it.
There's definitely similarities, as in any strategy game. It's fun. It's very fun. In the playoffs, at some point, especially when a series drags on, everybody knows the other team like almost by heart. So it's different. I would say the coaches hold a lot of this load of the chess match. The coaching staff, all the strategy. It's a lot. They do a lot of film. They work really hard.
I think we've had the discussion before, haven't we, about which sport coaching is most important in?
Yeah.
Didn't we put basketball up there?
No.
No?
I put basketball near the end. Those coaches they're just there to babysit. I think coaching in basketball might be the least important. They're just hanging out. The players run the league, run the teams.
That's not what Wemby said.
He doesn't know anything.
You're in a mood today.
He should listen to me. Hey, Wemby, I got some news for you. Come listen to me. I'll tell you the real truth.
All right. Well, I think I was feeling like maybe we needed to avoid the rest of the Mariners weekend.
Really? How come? It didn't go well?
It wasn't the greatest.
No?
When a team that's lost 9 of 10, when you go to them and lose 2 of 3, that's, not, and then you only put up 8 runs in all 3 games. It's not ideal.
I mean, until yesterday, the Mariners were like 2 backup catcher home runs away from having lost, I think it was 8 of 9. Thank God for Mitch Garver, Johnny Pareda. Like, without those couple of home runs, you're looking at a disastrous stretch. But they got him.
I think that's why it's hard when there's an offensive explosion like yesterday to be like, yeah, they're back. They can hit now. It seems like those come every now and then it dries up again. The consistency has not been there yet.
360 has the nerve to say that I clearly don't know about coaching basketball. What?
You have coached youth basketball, right?
I've coached basketball. You don't think I know about coaching basketball? The only thing I know anything about. You're just along for the ride. Those guys are going to go do their thing. There's nothing you can do. Just hang out.
Maybe when you're coaching children.
425 says, what did Imai say after the game about Salk? Maybe I motivated him. All right, thanks, Maura. Good stuff. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking us through the weekend. There was a lot going on, even without going through each Mariner issue. Don't worry, we've got 3 more hours to do that,
I feel like
and
we're
we'll
gonna
have
dig
Jeff
into plenty
Passan
of it.
today. Yeah, we got a lot. At 7:30, we will go through what may end up being the most pivotal moment of this season. And I think it might end up being a huge positive for the team. We'll see. Before that, though, you know what we're getting into. Piggyback, part 2, next on Brock and Salk.
Brock and Salk, morning 6 to 10.
Oh, man, the ups and downs of any baseball season are obviously incredible, but this one feels like it's got a lot of ups and downs.
Beyond the expectations, why does this feel so volatile? Is there's kind of like real life stuff off the field, the real life injury stuff.
I think it's being close. I think it's feeling like that goal is right in front of you. You got to the ALCS last year. You are so close.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Do you have a car, truck, or SUV you're willing to sell? How about an RV or commercial vehicle? Wayscar Ford in Auburn will buy it from you. And when they resell your old vehicle, they'll split the profit with you 50-50. That's right. You'll get paid twice. I'm here with Mark Clymer of Wayscar Ford. Mark, I'm not surprised your vehicle profit sharing program's doing well. It's a fantastic offer.
It sure is, Stacy. We've been buying a lot of cars off this thanks to your advertising. And I got to tell you, customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for their vehicle up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is when we resell that vehicle, they're getting 50% of the profit. A lot of people have vehicles right now that are sitting around and they're worth a lot of money and they're saying, you know, what the heck? I want to sell it. I don't want to deal with it myself, but I don't want to give it away either. This is the perfect opportunity for them to get the most they can for the car without having to go through the hassle of selling it themselves.
Exclusively at Wayscar Ford, celebrating 104 years in Auburn. WayscarFord.com. That's WayscarFord.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WINNING for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code WINNING. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WINNING for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WINNING.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
Give me a freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Marcus. Sorry about just Mike.
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Michael. Do you have a nice little break?
Tremendous.
Yep. Energized, recharged, refueled, ready for this 2/3 run. 1/3 of the way done, 2/3 run.
I don't know if I'm any of those things, but it was a lot of fun over the course of a few days. Some time up in Canada watching hockey, some time at the Seattle Convention Center watching volleyball. Yeah, a lot of family opportunities, which was a lot of fun. Quick little shout out to Cecily, who did score an overtime game winner. I wasn't there. I was at the volleyball, so Heather and I had switched spots. But on her birthday, a birthday overtime game winning goal. How about that?
Let's go.
I know.
Like
shout out to Cecily. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But we
take
come
it.
back, Brock, to there is so much weird stuff around the Mariners, man. This is so weird. There is so much weird stuff. It's all really weird. Like, there's nothing clear and decisive, and this is great, and this is a problem. Everything right now is just weird. Yeah. And last night was probably about as good an example of that as you're going to get, as it was on paper.
Butt kicking.
On paper, it was exactly what the doctor ordered, right? Bats came alive. Pitching was tremendous. The piggyback worked great. Both pitchers benefited from it. Everything was awesome last night, right? Except it wasn't, because Luis is throwing stuff all over the dugout, and Bryce didn't sound happy either. In theory, it worked great. In practice, maybe it worked great. But the takeaway from it doesn't feel great. Luis said afterwards, so if you missed it, Luis threw 4 innings, right? Shutout ball, looked great. 60-something pitches.
A lot of swing and miss.
Worked great. And then they pulled him after 4, because piggyback day, Brock. It's piggyback day. And so then Bryce came in. Bryce pitched great. He gave up 2 runs late in the game. He pitched great. Pitched 5 innings. And then you see the video afterwards of Luis's reaction to being pulled from the game. Not happy. Not wild about the decision, unless maybe he was mad about something else. Who knows?
No, I like to say nonplussed.
Yeah, you say he was non-something.
Nonplussed.
He threw first his jacket and then his glove. As I said earlier, those aren't great throwing items. Like, if you're going to throw something with some heft. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you could risk your elbow. You could risk your shoulder, your labrum.
Throw a jacket. It's like trying to hang up a cell phone in anger.
Like trying to grab a jellyfish.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, don't do it.
I was making a comparison to Die Hard earlier. Perhaps you remember when Bonnie Bedelia's secretary goes, that man looks really pissed.
I don't.
After he's trying to, smash the glass table with his gun. It's awkward. It's not meant for that. So that didn't look, not a great look for Luis. And then afterwards he says, quote, "It's a plan that I've never seen, this piggyback." As a competitor, you want to go out there and just continue. But at the same time, we knew that was part of the plan, and you got to respect what his decision was. So cooler heads prevail late, and you get out there and talk to the media. Nobody wants to blow the whole thing up. Bryce basically said he only found out about this a couple days ago. He said afterwards, "I haven't done this in a while, really, since college, pitching out of the bullpen." So I don't know. I didn't really know how to navigate it, but I just did the best I could. Here was a little of Bryce on the field with Brad Adams.
Is it getting more, comfortable now that you've done both situations?
No.
This setup's not very comfortable.
It goes on from there and gets better.
Like I said,
At the end of the day, I get to come out and pitch in the big leagues.
He goes on from there. But
I'm going to take this two ways.
It took him 15 seconds to get to the positive part of that.
Let me take this two ways quickly.
Okay, please do.
Number one, any of us and any of you out there that have parented, you have said at some point to your child, no matter what the age is, I don't know if it's 7, 8, 13, 15, I am sure everybody has uttered these words. Why are you making it so hard on yourself? You're just making this so hard. Why are you making this so difficult? Like that's the first thing. Why are you making this harder than it has to be? You didn't make it hard. It's your decisions. You're doing it. Like I can't tell you. I can guide you. I can try to parent you. I can love you through this. But you're just making this very difficult on yourself. Mm-hmm. That's number one. Number two, Luis kind of struggled this year. It's been a bit of a struggle for him. He's got a 7-0 lead. He's got a chance to get a win. Just pitch one more inning. And he pitches 5 and he gets the win, and he has 5 shutout innings. I don't know if you get the coat throwing. I don't know if you get all those antics. I think it's just man. Like I don't love it, but I'm not going to be this pissed. You pitch him 4, and don't even get him to that 5th inning point. I don't know. It's just complicating a matter that is just like we said it the last time around when it goes really well, and this has gone really well. Like this has gone as good as it could go. Mm-hmm. In really both of those occasions, and yet you leave a bunch of people just really miffed about it. And by the way, this is about as much noise as you get in baseball, correct?
I would say.
I mean, I think in 17 years of doing this in different situations, this is about baseball does all it can to mute it, to quiet it. It's a long journey. It's like parents fighting, just quiet it. And this is for baseball, this is really loud. This is really, really, really loud elements for that clubhouse to deal with. Well, and that wasn't even all of it over the 4-day weekend either.
Well, we'll get to some of the other stuff. but this one's the most immediate. Yeah, it was – look, man, I told you how I felt about it last week. I hate it. I really don't like the piggyback. It absolutely – now, I mean, the problem is
funny,
here,
so
Brock.
I would think, and people would think, listening to this show and listening to you and knowing your personality, and shout out to the gal at TSA yesterday. You know who you are at SeaTac. You were awesome. I think people would say, Salk should love this. This is kind of innovative. This is pushing the envelope. This is kind of analytics-based. Like if there was somebody, I think, perception-wise, that could get on board this – hey man, you're protecting your players from themselves. You got 6 arms. You're trying to zig when others zag. You're trying to chase edges. Just perception-wise.
Well, if you had gone into your season and said, hey, this is what we want to do, fine. Like if you had gone through the whole off season, like, hey, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to talk it through with everybody, and we think that there's an opportunity. Okay.
But you didn't know what Emerson would be in the off season.
No.
And you didn't know that Bryce would have an ab.
But now, and this is what I said before, Brock, like now you're sitting and trying to react on the fly in a season where you're supposed to be competing for a World Series.
By the way, last night, that's a team that's leading your division, and you smacked them all the way around. And you've taken 3 of 4 from them. And you showed that you can be the class of this division when the pieces are put together and people play to their capabilities. So it's not just like hot air talk. Like you showed the talent that everybody thought you had, and it was on full display 1 through 9 and, I guess 5 and 6 in your rotation last night.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty blown away by the whole thing. I'm pretty blown away. It really was bizarre. And again, like I'm sure if you're in the Mariner front office today, you might be sitting at your desk or wherever and saying, "Hey, we're great."
Yes.
I mean, like they've
protected our bullpen. We got all of our leverage arms for the next 2 days.
Yeah, they've pitched 16 some odd innings with these 2 guys in the piggyback, and they've allowed a total of 4 runs, 2 of which were garbage time.
Yep.
You're 1-1. You got a win that you sorely needed yesterday. Your bullpen, you're right, Brock, is going to be 100% fresh now for the next 2 games. Like
on paper, this all looks good.
It looks great.
Yes.
And yet, it doesn't feel great. The vibes don't feel great.
On paper, great. On people, poor.
I mean, isn't that I was just saying to Maura, and not that I've been following it rapidly, but isn't that sort of what just happened with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Right on paper? Hey, well, we feel like analytically we're winning the series. Cool, but you just got swept.
So now what?
I don't know. Well, that's the other thing. Somebody said earlier, like, what's the exit strategy here?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what the exit strategy is. I mean, they've sort of committed to this thing, and and it's working.
Yes.
So
and this is what you wanted, right? The last time it didn't work because you didn't score any runs.
But they did yesterday, and it worked great. So now what do? You can do this a third time? I don't know. I don't know what they do next. I think it is but I hope they've got a plan. There's a lot of really smart people in the organization. I would assume they have a plan to make this thing work. But as of what we've seen right now, it's working and not working at the same. It's twice it's worked and not worked at the same time.
Right.
So I got to give them credit. Like it's worked, but also it hasn't worked
on paper. Worked really, really well.
Really strange situation. We'll come back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know, including those details of what happened last night. Next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends over there at People Come First, PCF Construction Group. And if you have been dreaming of that new deck, then you got to call PCF before, all of the good weather. And we know when that arrives after the 4th of July. And their schedule is all filled up. With that new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round, no matter the weather. And man, was it spectacular times over the weekend. But we know with the rain and the wind, and those are some of my most enjoyable times in our outdoor space, when it's howling and you are comfy. And for a limited time, this is pretty cool, 50% off your demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. As I said, they designed and built our outdoor living space, and we loved it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, construction, they can take a little time. So get the party started today. Get your project ideas, browse photos, and find all the offer details, like $5,000 off your demo costs at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
A rising blast, left field, grand slam, Rosarena.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a truly elevated experience, you've got to be in a Mariner Suite. A suite is the perfect spot to get your game and celebration on. Birthday, promotion, engagement, company team building that actually team builds. No matter your event, we've got a suite you'll love. Group suites can fit 30 to 400 people for big-time bashes. And private suites offer just that, an upscale experience for more intimate gatherings. All Mariner Suites offer an incredible view of the ballpark, so you can't go wrong. Plus, you and your guests will enjoy premium catering, VIP parking, private Skybridge entry, and more. And season ticket members get 15% off. Reserve your suite today at mariners.com/suites.
Bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
Mariners baseball, Trident's up.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Washington. Start treatment and get a free comprehensive wellness panel, $400 value. Check testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, and more. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Back. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With Smart Business Buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, part 2 of the Piggyback, Brock. The result was a whole lot better than the first time. Certainly, they get a win. Luis Castillo, brilliant through 4. Bryce Miller pitching the final 5. Bullpen gets a full day of rest. That's how they drew it up, and it worked in that way to perfection. It helped to get some tremendous offense.
The pitch. Swung on, line drive into the gap, right center field. It's fallen, it's down, it's a hit. It's going all the way to the wall. Here comes Naylor to third base. He's being waved. The cutoff throw home on its way. No throw home. Naylor slides. He's safe. Randy into second. A ringing double. The Mariners have another. It's 2-0.
Yeah, and then they kept adding on from there. Luke Raley went yard, and Dom Canzone went yard, and everybody else got into it later. Randy went yard. I mean, they were all over it offensively, which was awesome. And as Dan said, it's something that, they kind of needed to do.
That's huge, to get that, to get JP's homer, to kind of add on there to make it 7. And then to get Randy's later, again, we talk about adding on and how important that is. And those guys were able to do it tonight offensively and made a huge difference for us.
Yeah, crooked numbers. We've been talking about that. Can we get some crooked numbers? When are we going to see this? And that was the most hits, most runs scored this year, obviously. And it was everybody contributing in that lineup. And, yeah, I would think, kind of a breath of fresh air. Right after a tough series offensively, certainly the first 2 days in Kansas City were pretty rugged to get any kind of momentum going as a group. So collectively, that was phenomenal offensively. And then the Piggyback on paper worked exactly the way it's supposed to work. It's just, unfortunately, you got a couple very competitive human beings in Luis, and both of them are not guys that just, they're not necessarily Logan and Emerson and going to totally zip it either.
Yeah,
I think they're going to kind of share their feelings and share their emotion.
Obviously, Luis was very frustrated, slammed down his glove, slammed down his jacket in the dugout after being lifted. Bryce didn't exactly make the communication sound great, made it sound like he just found out a couple days ago that he was going to be in the pen, which, by the way, he's never really done before.
This kind of reminds me of,
Here was Dan. Let me give you Dan's explanation on taking out Luis.
I mean, I don't know if it was predetermined, but I think, just once Bryce gets going there, it's it's kind of hard to get to set him down, and so I think it was a situation where we went with it, and again, tough one, I know, and I think Rock deserves a lot of credit.
You know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of a 2 QB system where neither guy's particularly happy. I mean, it's a challenge. On paper, this is great. I got Tim Tebow that can run QB power. I got Chris Leak that can run, the passing game element of it, and I get the best of both worlds. But it's just, unfortunately, more dynamics involved as human beings, as leaders. When you've got the track record that Luis has, the respect that he has, when you've got a Texarkana rattlesnake that is fully healthy and throwing 98 and wants the ball and wants to shove, this is a challenging element.
Didn't we determine he's not actually from Texarkana?
We did?
I thought we did.
What?
I thought he's not from Texarkana.
Who did?
I think a lot of people did.
Are you sure?
No, but I think. I'm not sure. Obviously, that's why I said I think.
Okay.
But I think we determined, he's from Texas, but I don't think he's from Texarkana.
Really?
I don't know. We'll do a little research.
I've said it to him before.
I know you have, but I don't think it's accurate. They'll get game 2 tonight in Sacramento. Emerson Hancock against Luis Severino. And,
I'll text
3 games under 500, game and a half behind the A's.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Text Bryce today and ask him if he's from Texarkana. Exactly.
I might just do that.
Baseball season's got a lot of ups and downs, a lot of moving pieces, obviously, in the roster. The latest on Cal Raleigh.
Continuing the rehab process, and today I think getting a chance to maybe play some light catch. So that's a good sign. But again, he's just really have to be careful with the obliques, as we've talked about, and take it slow. But I know he's put a lot of work in prior to this with the rotation stuff and building the strength and getting it back. And so I think in terms of a progression, I think he's on pace with where we would hope, and we'll just continue to see it as we go.
How many days has it been, by the way?
It's been about a week, right?
Has it?
I don't know.
10 days? 8 days?
Yeah, sure.
Days all run together right now,
I don't know.
Yes.
They were long weekend days. Those count double, I think, or maybe half. I'm not sure. It's difficult to determine. In any event, good news there, hopefully. But again, with Cal, like the light throwing, until he plays, we won't really know.
No, but this is going to be the ramp-up period, and they're going to be very guarded and very careful. And yesterday was the first little baby step.
Yep.
Can you just kind of lightly go throw? And then this morning you feel great, then you maybe throw a little bit more.
Yep.
And you just kind of take these little baby steps, and you take it really slow.
Gabe Spire joined the team yesterday in Sacramento. Hopefully he's activated as soon as tonight. That would be a nice little lift for the pen. And Victor Robles back, of course, on Friday. Hasn't had a lot of success at the plate yet, but good to see him and bring some of that athleticism and hopefully a little bit of another option against the lefty, which they will have tomorrow against the A's.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Brock, the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks are going to get back on the field later this afternoon. First OTA, organized team activity of the offseason, basically a little mini camp over the next 3 days. Saw Brady's report yesterday on Devin Witherspoon. Says the Seahawks made an initial offer several weeks ago, but the two sides did not yet appear to be close to an agreement.
They also, that agency represents Christian Gonzalez, the corner there out of New England that we saw in the Super Bowl, a very, very good player. So this is kind of how agents and agencies will try to run things, and what does that look like, and how do you figure all that out? And do I understand that the #1 rated midday show in the Seattle market is going to be out there?
I think you
at
do.
The VMAC today. The Bump and Stacy and C-Raj and Maddie, Maddie will be at the controls here, but the other three, the Triumvirate, the #1 rated show in the market, will be out there taking it all in.
That is all true. All right, that's everything you need to know. 15:15 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show.
Kind of. How awesome was Cold Emerson over these last 4 days? Holy smokes.
Really great.
Absolutely spraying it everywhere, playing everywhere, short, third, awesome.
Oh, I thought you meant because he got Avery to watch an entire baseball game with me on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. It's the first time I've watched an entire baseball game with Avery.
How does that Kraken player that she's got the hots for, how does he feel about that?
Well, one of them she's out on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Some off the ice stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, wasn't going to fly politically.
I don't know, man. Part of me kind of, honestly, I was waiting, really anxious to start the show today. 4 days off is kind of like, I'm
I
ready
know.
to go.
There's a lot to talk about.
And then there's so much to talk about that it just,
so let me lay some of this out a little bit. So
I don't think, honestly, it's all bad. I really don't. I think sometimes noise and friction can be a good thing.
It can be. I think then you're going to love what we're going to do next. Because I think something happened, forgetting about the piggyback, although obviously it plays a role here. I think we all saw something, maybe, on Sunday that could end up being the most important, most pivotal moment of the season. I just don't know whether it's going to be positive or negative yet, but I think it's going to matter a lot. We'll explain next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this, consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here, and I don't know if you've thought about GLP-1 injections for weight loss. You got to ask some questions first, right? Don't just jump into this. Are you ready to spend $3,000 to $5,000 a year? Are you ready to stay on the medication forever in order to maintain the results? Many prescription weight loss injections require weekly shots, and then when you stop the medication, you can very often regain the weight. People don't realize, too, that the research shows a significant portion of that weight actually comes from muscle. So you don't want to lose muscle. That slows your metabolism, and that can make keeping the weight off even harder. Eastside Weight Loss Clinic, totally different approach. Doctor-developed program and helps men and women lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days. No injections, no synthetic hormones, no long-term dependence. Instead, you're using real food to reset your metabolism, control hunger and cravings naturally, and help your body burn fat, not muscle. If you're looking for a safe, affordable alternative to weight loss injections, you know what you got to do. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com and keep that weight off for good. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof.
Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Go electric and go smart. The 26BZ with 0% financing for 72 months, plus up to $5,000 in loyalty cash. Or the Prius plug-in hybrid leasing at $399 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Or finance at 1.99% APR. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and a $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
Rick Riz here for the Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington's Improve Your Play program. Many of our local youth sports teams need help with field enhancements, training, and equipment. Local Pella owners Keith Dashafy and Luke Wilson are stepping up to donate $5,000 to 2 deserving teams. We need your help finding them. Head to seattlesports.com/play to nominate a deserving team in need. Let's help our local youth improve their play this year with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Contest and rules at seattlesports.com/play.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We may have seen the most pivotal moment of this baseball season on Sunday. The thing is, we're just not going to know for a while whether it's going to hurt or help the team. And I really do mean that. I don't know. The moment occurred, Brock, when Julio was late for his at-bat. Remember that on Sunday? Mm-hmm. So Julio in that must have been the top of the 7th, was late for his at-bat. They called a pitch timer violation, and he wasn't just a little late. It's not like he was like just running out there and missed it by a second. Mm-hmm. He's literally, after the pitch clock violation, just starting to put on his equipment. And which, by the way, at this point, they're like armored tank divisions out there, the hitters. So, like, he's got to put on his leg thing and his arm thing and an elbow thing and his knee thing and a helmet, and then the bat and the pine tar. Like, it's an hour and a half process.
Was this an irritable bowel deal that he had to overcome?
No, it was definitely not that.
Right.
That I think everyone understands that, there are moments, and unfortunately, you probably got to take care of those when you're not first up in the next inning. But yeah, so Julio was super, super late for his at-bat. But I think in order to figure out why he was late for the at-bat, it's helpful to go back half an inning to the bottom of the 6th, where they did give up a whole bunch of runs, right? And Salvi had his big hit and all that. But it was in that inning that there was a fly ball to left field with a couple runners on base, and Randy kind of drifted back on it, and it got to the wall, and it got over his head, and then Julio had to run and pick it up and throw it in. A couple of runners score. It wasn't a great scene. I think there's a legitimate debate as to whether or not Randy should have had the ball, but I will tell you that I think he should have.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
you don't backpedal. You run. It's like a punt. You never backpedal when you're catching a punt.
Don't drift in the outfield.
You get to the spot.
Yep.
And then you take care
Just don't drift in the outfield.
Yeah.
You don't drift. Did the ball carry a little too far on him? Sure. Did the wind take it a little bit? Did it carry farther than expected? Absolutely. But you control what you can control. which is you don't drift in the outfield. You start learning that very young, and he did. He drifted.
Yep.
So I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, and maybe that's not right, but my immediate reaction when I saw that Julio was late was, oh, I bet he was talking to Randy about whatever the hell just happened in left field.
Mm-hmm.
That was my immediate reaction. Was it accurate? I don't know. But here's what Dan said as an explanation after the game.
Yeah, I don't know what had happened in the dugout. I think he was talking to somebody, about defense or something that happened in the field, and just didn't get up there in time.
Okay, so I don't know what Dan's referring to. I can't tell you for certain that Julio was getting after Randy, but I'm going to go ahead and make that leap because I think it's a fair leap. And by the way...
And others reported that, correct?
Did they?
Did they?
Did it happened?
Oh. I thought I'd seen some of the other folks reporting that there was a conversation between the two.
Well, it sure felt that way. So
Okay.
if they did, I didn't see that, but I will assume that that's absolutely what happened, that a conversation occurred between that half inning when Julio was late, and I don't think it's much of a leap. By the way, afterwards, Julio did not say that at all. And this is exactly what he should say, probably, to cover if that's what had happened.
Yeah, I was kind of, honestly, there was a long, kind of long inning. I was just really focused on defense, and I forgot that I was the leadoff hitter, and like, it happens, I was just trying to, play defense and forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the case, but good on Julio. The clubhouse business stays in the clubhouse. What was he going to say? Hey, why were you late? Oh, because I was screaming at Randy because he didn't do the right thing in the outfield? But we know, remember they told us, Brock, that they were holding each other accountable, all of those guys in the outfield, and I'm going to assume that Julio was holding Randy accountable for some lazy defense in that case, that he did not pay attention to the fundamentals, which say get your butt back and get to the spot and then react from there. So let's assume that's what happened. I think you could read it two ways, and I think this could go, as you like to say, two ways. First of all, public frustration. And that I would say this is an example of public frustration because it got to all of us, right? Is often associated with a clubhouse in trouble. And I think it's very fair to wonder where the manager was or why Randy was back in the game the next inning, if it was that big a deal. I think those are all real questions. I also think, Brock, and I'm going to quote you to you, as Brock often says, the best teams are led by
players.
The players themselves. Tell me the whole thing again.
Yeah, the whole thing is you're a bad team when there's no voice.
Right.
When there is no voice, no leadership, meekness everywhere, you are a bad ball club, bad team. You can be a decent team, a surviving team, if you've got a strong voice as a coach, right? Strong voice with your staff, strong voice that points the direction of the organization and guys follow. But you are a great team, and you maximize your team when your voice is the clubhouse, when it is the player-driven voice. That is when you get full accountability.
And I think we know that that's part of the reason for the whole switch in managers a couple of years ago, right? Is, Scott had been that very strong leadership voice in the clubhouse trying to build a culture where there wasn't one. And it probably went too far at the end, right? Where, that was time. His voice was too loud and he couldn't give it up. And understandably, eventually the guys are like, look, we need the clubhouse. It's got to be our clubhouse. And that was the end of Scott's managerial tenure here in Seattle. And Dan, for better or for worse, has absolutely empowered his players. He has, from everything we've heard, largely stayed out of the clubhouse. So I'm going to take it, I think, as a good sign that it was Julio who had what I imagine was a somewhat animated conversation with Randy. I think Julio is the best person and in the best position to do it. Julio's the one who's got a friendship with Randy. Julio, and Shannon will tell you that they are friendly. We saw Randy kissing his knee the other day after he fouled a couple balls off of it. They're friendly. We know that. He's the one who probably has the combination of relationship and gravitas. And not to mention their whole deal of we're going to hold each other accountable. No one is better suited to managing Randy Arozarena in that moment than Julio Rodriguez.
Cosign.
So hopefully, Brock, this is a turning point. Hopefully, And by the way, since then, they've scored like 100 runs, right? I mean, they came out after that and actually got themselves back into a game that they had no business getting themselves back into. They actually came out after that moment and played some of their, honestly, over the last 2 games. Since then, it's been some of the best baseball they've played in a few weeks. So, again, such a small sample size. Who the hell knows? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that is like the watershed moment. And we were not going to know for another couple of weeks as to whether or not that moment truly was a positive or because the next day you get another clubhouse or dugout incident with Luis throwing stuff. Maybe it's the opposite, and maybe things are fracturing, and nobody knows. I don't know what's going on. I don't know which it is. But it is. I'm not going to sit here and say 2 incidents in 2 days, problem. I'm not going to say that until I know whether or not Julio was able to solve one of those 2 things by stepping up and holding his teammate accountable.
It is impossible to say, though. It really is impossible to say that this is not noisy. I mean, this is for baseball. This is noisy. This is pretty. This is about as loud as it gets. This would be like Sherman and Baldwin fighting on the football field. Like the fair parallel to that game and the emotion that you see is you do let off steam. You do get after each other, and baseball doesn't do much of that, and certainly doesn't express it in a real public forum the way that Bryce has, and certainly the way Luis did yesterday. I mean, this is noisy, and I think that noise can go one of 2 ways. I do. We watched it. We saw it win a Super Bowl, Salk, in nearly a second. Like, you can make that work if that's going to be kind of the personality of it. You can also see it just start to unravel, and a lack of focus, a whole lot of me, a whole lot of this is not fair to me. This is about me. This is about my numbers. This is about my production. This is about my stats. And it can easily go that way in the sport of independent contractors as well. So it's going to be rather fascinating and kind of must see and must listen really over the days and weeks ahead.
And again, you try not to bring contracts into it. And now this is sort of in the zone of wild speculation. But Julio, Cal, guys with long-term contracts that are sewn up here for a long time to come, they don't need to worry about those things. They can focus 100% on the team element of it. Randy, last year of his deal, right? Everything that he does right now is all about his future prospects for getting paid. And by the way, I don't entirely blame him for that. He's paid his dues, man. He has been under team control forever, like for a really, really long time.
Yep.
And now's his chance to finally get to free agency, something that the Players Union has fought for decades ago. Like, this year is really important to Randy.
Yep.
So there is some natural, I don't even know if it's friction, but just sort of a natural 2 different directions there, maybe a little bit, a nexus point of some sort. And so, some of that is natural. I am very curious to see what happens next. Dan has, as we've said, very much turned over the clubhouse to the players. So how the players handle some of what you just described as noise becomes incredibly crucial, especially, as Maura pointed out again earlier this morning, when a year ago, all the talk was about the vibes. Right? All of the talk was about the family and the vibes and the love for one another. And it takes you all the way to within a couple outs of getting to the World Series. It was incredible. The vibes, I think, is ultimately what I would say is the vibes don't feel great right now. And I'm hoping that Julio and his conversation was an opportunity he saw to try to change that trajectory. And not an exacerbating issue to make it even worse.
Yeah, and I think also above all of that, above all of these individuals, is you are at that point leaving Kansas City losing another series in 4 games under 500. I mean, at that juncture when that started, and yesterday as you begin this series, you got a piggyback deal, and Luis and Bryce want to win. This team wants to win. They have, as a team, collectively underperformed at 25-29 at the halfway point, Salk, on pace for 75 wins. As they get on that airplane, leaving Kansas City with lost 9 of 10, and they took, 5 of 6 from you in the 2 series you played them. So you can understand where there's some.
I mean, Brock, as I said earlier, they are 2 until last night. They were 2 backup catcher home runs away from having lost 8 of 9. I mean, thankfully they got those home runs, so they didn't lose those games. I mean, you can always kind of write these stories a whole bunch of different ways, but they were 2 backup catcher home runs away from losing 8 of 9. Mm-hmm. Thank God they got those 2. Thank God for Mitch Garver and Johnny Pareda, or you're having a really tough conversation today.
Yeah.
Instead, you're a game and a half out.
Again, you win this series, you take the next 2, you lead in the West.
It's hilarious.
You take the next 2, you're half game up on these A's.
By tomorrow afternoon, you could be in first place. I mean, that's just
right.
the reality of the situation in the AL and specifically in the American League
West.
But
that doesn't soften the underperformance collectively as a group.
Right.
That is still 3 games under 500. Mm-hmm. That just did not have these expectations, these conversations. Frankly, and I texted you guys, I think Saturday or Sunday after one of those losses, that something's got to give. Like, you can't be, quote unquote, this talented of a team and be on pace for 75 wins.
That's true.
Something's got to give. Some pressure point, some valve, some steam. Something's gonna bust it somewhere. Player, management, front office. Some steam is gonna be released.
What do they say about pressure, Brock?
Oh, you know what pressure does, baby. Mark Jones, baby. It busts pipes or it makes diamonds.
All right. Well, it's going to have to do one or both of those things here in this situation.
I love when I say that.
Well, just to update you guys, Jeff Passan had to move some things around. So Jeff's going to join us at 9:30 today. I had said earlier I was looking for a little time to maybe take some
calls. A little
calls.
release valve? Are we going to do a little Tuesday release valve?
I feel like it might be a good day to take some calls, maybe at 8:30. Thoughts on the piggyback and all of this. I think maybe
sure?
I think
sure?
No, you don't want to?
No, I'm fine with it.
I would just kind of like to hear the thoughts.
Yes.
Let's do some Blue 88. I'll think about it.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can. Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, Brock, let's do 3 football questions. Get away from the baseball for a few minutes. Leonard Williams living his best life. How?
Oh, I love the big cat. Salk, I'm gonna tip my cap to you. It was at the Super Bowl. I was sitting there on not even radio row, media row, and we were in the camper there with our show that precedes us on ESPN Radio, and you'd ask them about Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
And even before then, right? I think you went on our show with Mike McDonald and went on a real campaign to make sure the world knows Leonard Williams. And you know what I love about Big Cat? He lives his life out loud.
Mm-hmm.
So he was tweeting the other day. Did you see him tweet a picture of Little Cat? His son?
No.
Little Cat was on his...
That's cute.
Big Cat, Little Cat. He's just kind of holding Little Cat. He was up in Sitka, Alaska with some of my peers up there.
That's your jam right there.
Some of the folks that I know. Saw some fun stuff of him up there fishing, chatting with some folks with the Seahawks. He's front and center down here at OTAs. He's going to be out there today. Just loves his guys. Just loves his team. And I don't know. I just, for some reason, took in all those images of the weekend and knowing that they're now going to hit the ground and actually play football. They're going to get to compete against each other in these organized team activities. It's been no ball training. It's been ball, but separate sides. And now starting this morning, or about 11, 12 o'clock, they'll be on the field actually competing and playing football. And Big Cat going to be right in the middle of all of it.
So you didn't really have much there, just that it's cool that Leonard Williams is Leonard Williams.
I had Big Cat. I had Little Cat.
Oh, you had Little Cat. Okay.
I had Leonard up in Sitka fishing. I got some video I can send to you, but I can't send it to you. It's proprietary.
Proprietary.
I got a lot.
Wow.
And what I guess I'm saying is that we can talk about all the stars on this team, and everybody can talk about Sam Darnold, Devin Witherspoon, and JSN, but let's not forget about the heartbeat in many ways.
There we go.
The purr.
I love it.
The Big Cat.
Question number 2. I hope Big Cat's getting some sleep with Little Cat around. Who's the one Seahawk, Brock, yet to participate in this offseason? And is it about time for him to show up?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to be out there Thursday, right? And I think we're aiming to that. I know I'm going to watch practice Thursday. And I think it's kind of about time now just for DeMarcus Lawrence. I think it's totally understandable with his not first, second, third, fourth, or fifth kid, but his sixth child that was born in the offseason. Totally get it. He's been there. He's done that. He knows the scheme inside and out. His play spoke for itself last year. But I think it's kind of now, just from a football perspective, a team perspective, a group perspective, frankly, a competition perspective, I think now is kind of the time that I would sure love to see DeMarcus. Doesn't have to. It's voluntary. The mandatory is in a couple weeks, and maybe he just waits and shows up then and loves on everybody, and there won't be any vitriol or animosity. But when you're the only one, and he is, from my understanding, the only one that hasn't yet been in-house to really get it going and participate and just be around the guys. So I think now, as they get going with actual football, I think I'd like to see I'd like to see Tank out there.
Certainly worked for me. Question number 3. All right, which is more realistic? Bo Stevens, right guard, to start the year at some point, or maybe at some point, or Anthony Bradford taking another step forward?
I'll tell you what, and I'm not going to say this has been like the equivalent of A.J. Barner in the barnyard making such a splash and impression as a rookie. But I have not heard from just one or two people around there. I've heard from multiple people. This Bo Stevens guy is going to really, really push. And he is like a pro's pro. And then now, again, now it gets real. Now you're actually competing. Now you're trying to block Jaron and Byron and these guys with a helmet on, right? And not even pads. So it'll get a little bit more real right now. But I was surprised at the amount of positive noise and momentum that I had heard about these last month and a half with him. And I know Ray Roberts joined, I think, the afternoon guys last week and had this comment to say, a big Ray, about Anthony Bradford in
I don't think he needs to mature like as a man, but as a player in the league, like how to study, how to prepare, how to be locked in. At my rookie year, after my rookie year, there were some things about my game where I would kind of, I could play great for 3.5 quarters, but I have a half a quarter where it just felt like I was just out of sorts. And so I worked with this like psychology type of a dude to kind of help me figure out the messaging I needed to tell myself in those moments to get myself locked back in.
Is it possible in year 4? Is it possible in the contract year that Anthony Bradford can lock in with a football maturity?
Sure.
It's possible. It's also possible, like Randy Arozarena in a contract year 6 at 30-something, still has a hard time locking in every play, every snap, right? Every pitch in baseball. I think, unfortunately, I got 3 years of track record that says it's going to be difficult for Anthony to do that. And when I got a rookie that has that football maturity from day one, from the jump, like Gray Zabel did a year ago, I don't know. If I had to answer that question specifically and say which has a higher chance of happening, that something all of a sudden clicks with Anthony Bradford and he becomes a really football mature player of every 65 snaps, or that Bo Stevens is going to start and play some games at right guard, I think I lean into the latter.
Well, how about that? All right.
I think it's Bo Stevens from some of the early momentum I've heard here in late May.
That is today's Blue 88. Maura played me the sound earlier, Brock. Have you heard the sound of Todd Monken?
Oh, about the 7-on-7 interceptions?
No, not that one.
Stuff?
It's not new. It's from, I think, Friday, but you and I were both not here. Maura played it for me this morning, and my God. So this is Todd Monken. Well, it speaks for itself. As you know, coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Miles?
Yeah.
No.
The reaction is hilarious.
No.
Miles? Are you kidding me? Why would you even ask? No. Brock Heward? No. He's not a friend of mine. No.
50-something Salk. I think Tom is, I shouldn't say that. I don't know how old he looks like.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Miles?
Yeah.
No.
That absolutely slays me, man. That just kills me.
Let's see how old Todd Monken is here. Make sure he's not one of those that's lived a lot of twofers.
That is hilarious.
Oh, he is 60. Okay, he is 60. So 60-somethings that get their first shot at head coaching jobs in the NFL, two directions. Take it two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of ease into it, or just like full guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
I think we
have you talked to him? No.
I think we know which way Mr. Munkin is
why
taking
would
this
I have
opportunity.
talked to the best player on my team? No. I think I know what I need to do, and none of those things involves talking to the best player on the team. No. No. I'm busy with Deshaun Watson. Thanks. No. We'll be right back.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of a minute.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
All right, so let's see. Passan's going to join us at 9:30. We've got an announcement, a show announcement to make at 9 o'clock. Family business will be aired at 9 o'clock. So that's coming up a little bit later. OTAs.
I think we should open up the lines at 8:30.
I think
and
so,
if it
too.
goes sideways, then we can, you got power.
Well, I think I just want to hear some there's a lot of opinions
I
on
don't know
it.
if you guys can beat what G did on Friday.
Oh, yeah, I heard there were tears.
G
Very
really
emotional.
wanted to take calls. Lefko was not really about calls. They had a whole discussion about it. So I said, let's take one. Yeah, and Seth called in and talked about how G's changed his life.
What?
And it was really emotional. The text line was just I'm crying. Thanks a lot, guys.
Wow. Yeah, this is what happens when Brock and Salk take a Friday off. Well, you never know what's going to go down here on the air with Lefko and G and some of the
Maybe
characters
people will
around.
be crying at 8:30. Maybe they're crying at 9.
Maybe. Yeah, I might be crying at 9. I'm actually a little. I'm not happy about what's happening at 9 o'clock. So yeah, so we'll dig into that then. OTAs today.
Yes.
All right, 3 things that just sort of that I would like to kind of hear and see and think about here at OTAs. You mentioned getting DeMarcus Lawrence back. That's going to factor in.
Mm-hmm.
Number one for me, I just like to see Spoon. I know he's been there, and I read Brady's piece, and by all accounts, big smile on his face and all the pictures. But, first practice that's been open to the media. I don't think that I am not trying to be drama Salk or say he's going to be upset, because I don't think he is.
No.
But I would just like a little, it's a storyline, and I would like to just know that his state of mind is positive, that he's there, that everything is progressing, and that there's no hard feelings right now, and that eventually they're going to get something done.
Yeah, if he is competing the way he was in the medicine ball toss, Salk, he is going to, when he finally gets to play football, he's going to be, I think, the loudest out there. And I think Bud Clark is going to look to him even and go, man, you are crazy. I thought I was crazy loud. Man, you are an absolute just rod of a football electricity. So I don't think there is that. That's a 0.0% chance. He will be activated. He will be wired. He will be noisy in all of the right ways, competitive. I mean, we get to play football for the first time against each other since the Super Bowl. Build up to the Super Bowl, practice before the Super Bowl. So let's go. He will 100% be fully on board. Don't doubt that at all. Number two,
who gets the first reps at running back? I mean, I think it's going to be the kid. I think it's going to go to Jadarian Price. We know that Zach Charbonnet is not going to be able to take them. He's still returning, right? Obviously, and rehabbing. I don't
Good
think
job on the Jadarian too.
No, I've been money on that. I don't.
Have.
Well, it's his name. I don't think it's going to be George Halani. I don't think it's going to be anybody else they added in this offseason.
Wilson is the name you're looking for.
I don't think so. But I am curious. Emmanuel Wilson would be the other possibility. He's a veteran. He's been around. He had over 500 yards last year. It could be Emmanuel Wilson. I wouldn't be mad if it is. But I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Jadarian Price.
I think the guy that played significant snaps in the NFC title game and the Super Bowl would be the much more likely candidate than somebody from the outside that you gave kind of a minimum contract to.
I guess, but he's never done anything in the league. We went through this the other day, right? Halani has 8 yards, 80 yards total in the league. The other guy's had 500 yards last year.
He's been a tremendous team player in special teams, tremendous down the stretch of the season, played a vital role when Zach went down. It wasn't too big for him. So if it's going to be somebody that's not your first round pick, I think it would be George Halani. So it's worth
I guess that's three different possibilities of folks that could get those first reps at running back. So that's something I'm curious about. Yeah. And then you mentioned Tank Lawrence, and I guess I would just look at the edge rotation. I'm just curious what that's going to look like. But those guys are all going to be in there, and they're all going to be playing. So this is kind of again, there's no drama here. I'm just sort of looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, with Dante in the mix now, and Chenna, and Derek Hall, and
I'd like to get eyes on Dante.
And if Tank
Fowler
does show up, you're not going to all of a sudden just be full speed today. You're probably going to build him up into some of those different reps, and I think along those lines, out of that, honestly, is there's no Boye now, and Derek Hall isn't a contract year. And what does Derek Hall look like? Do we feel him more?
I saw what he looked like the other day. Have you seen Derek Hall?
An old Pete Carrollism. Do you feel 58 in kind of a way that, hey man, you're a senior now. You're not the freshman. You weren't not the immature sophomore. You were a very productive junior, and now you're a senior in our program. And do you carry yourself in that way? Now it's kind of my turn. My turn to step in and own a whole lot more of that edge. So, and then I'd have to add on for me, Salk, and this is kind of where my eyes will be Thursday, is what does this system look like any differently with a new voice running it?
Right.
No Janoko, no Kubiak, no Rick Dennison, but still Benton and a ton of other pieces that come back on this staff. What does that look like? I gave you all those numbers. Bumpus did a video there, and I think ran through that on Thursday's Blue 88 of all the motions and all the shifts and all the things that San Francisco likes to do. Well, he won this interview process against some very capable in-house candidates. And I think he won it because on that whiteboard, he was really good. He really knew his stuff and his X's and O's, and kind of oh yeah, you have sat under one of the better play callers in Kyle Shanahan. You do know your stuff inside and out on this whiteboard. How does that translate now on the green grass? What does that look like? What does that sound like? Is there any change? Are we seeing a ton of tight ends out there? We're seeing a little more 11 personnel, and it's hard to evaluate that in just OTAs, but these are critical reps. You don't get very many. You get 9 of these practices. Right? You get more of these practices than you do practices before, your first preseason game.
I wasn't reaching too far with the things that I was looking for. Those are just sort of,
big picture.
Yeah. Well, is he there or is he not? Is he on the field or is he not? Which person is there?
Talk. When Bob Condotta and Brady are out there.
Yeah. All right.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Well, those are just some important roll call and viewing things. I'll leave the what the offense looks like and the different. I'll leave that to you and Bump and Dave and the guys who really understand it all. I'll tell you, man. Volleyball tournament this weekend at the Seattle Convention Center.
Loud.
Well, so I look, I'm not going to try to change the rules of volleyball, but I have a few changes that I think could be made to help maybe the viewer experience and maybe the game as well. Just a couple thoughts after watching, I think, 8 matches of Avery's over the course of the weekend at the Convention Center, 14U volleyball. There's, I think, 15 courts playing simultaneously in one giant room at the Convention Center. First thing I think I would change is there's really no need for all of the refs to have whistles during these volleyball games. And certainly not to blow them as often as they do. They blow a whistle when every point ends and before every point begins. Why? It's not basketball where you've got to alert everyone to stop. The ball goes out. Everyone knows the point is over. Why do you have to blow a whistle every time? Why do you have to blow a whistle to tell them to serve? They're making nonstop hand motions. Just play. Why do you need to blow whistles all the time? It's deafening. It's awful. There's no need for it. All right, if you're playing one team in a gym, fine. But if there's literally 30 teams playing at once, why would you need to blow the whistle so often? Ridiculous. Easy to fix, and it would improve the viewer experience by a lot.
Okay.
Number 2, warm-up time seems to be over 10 minutes before each game. I don't understand.
What?
It's bizarre. They got to go through hitting and spiking and serving, and then the other team, and then the this and the that. Brock, it's longer than the game itself.
Is too much?
Maura.
Yes, Maura.
Cecily plays a hockey game, 3 minutes. They skate around for 3 minutes and off you go.
Maybe the first game at 7 a.m. or whenever it starts, 5 a.m. with all those teams. Yeah, maybe then you get the full warm-up. Once you're playing games,
They've been playing all day.
You're
they
going.
literally just played a game, and then it starts again. And like, well,
okay,
it'll start in 10, 15 minutes when they're done with their warm-ups. It's crazy how long it takes, and it adds probably an hour to we did not leave the convention center until 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
That is absurd.
Absurd. And you could have at least cut an hour off that, maybe more, by eliminating some of the warm-up time.
Great.
So that's number 2.
Oh, my gosh.
Third thing, and this is more of a rules thing, but this is very much... Brock, what are we doing here?
This is it. That's all you have time for, yes?
This is the last one.
Okay.
I mean, I could give you more.
I know you
Believe me. I was taking copious notes.
Yep.
If you serve a tennis...
Is this a tangential, like, U Sports take? This is kind of what you're doing
Well,
right now?
maybe. But if you were to serve, and this one is just volleyball in general. If you were to serve in tennis, and it hits the net and then goes over and bounces in, it's called a let, right?
That's right.
And so you take it over.
Yeah, like a do-over.
Why don't they do that in volleyball? So every once in a while, a girl will serve, it hits the court of the net, and then just, like, flops over. And they get rewarded for that with a point?
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
just do it again.
Yeah.
Man, I had so many thoughts over the course of 3 days of watching this volleyball tournament. But shout out to everyone.
Does Avery feel that you just think hockey is perfect?
I don't. I got all kinds of thoughts about that too. Trust me. I got plenty of thoughts about the problems with the youth hockey.
Oh no.
But these 3 just seemed easy to fix.
Are a beautiful human
Brock,
being.
there's a lot of real challenges in the youth sports world. We went through them on Thursday, like real hard issues.
Yeah.
Surely we can get behind shortening the warm-ups in youth volleyball to make it last less than 10 minutes long. What are we doing? We'll be right back with everything you need to know next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Brock Ewart here for the good folks down there at PCF Construction Group. People come first. And if you've been dreaming of a new deck, then you got to call PCF before the good weather arrives and their schedule gets all filled up. You see, with a new deck, patio cover, lighting, heater, fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, this is pretty cool. 50% off your demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project right now with PCF. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we sure loved it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, construction, take a little time. So go get that process started and get it started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and find all the offer details, like $5,000 off your demo costs at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Washington is helping men take control of their health with a free, comprehensive wellness panel. a $400 value included when starting treatment. Your panel checks key health markers, including testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidneys, liver, and thyroid, so you can finally understand what your body's been trying to tell you. Since 2011, over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Get answers, get a plan, and start feeling better. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free, comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
At Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, ambitious dreams don't need a big payment. Lease the 26 Corolla Gas for just $219 a month or the hybrid for $249 a month with only $29.99 due at signing. The Corolla Cross Gas at $269 a month with $29.99 due at signing. Or level up to the Camry at $299 a month with $39.99 due at signing. All three leases, 36 months. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaKirkland.com and ToyotaRenton.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. Improve your play with 40% off installation or 0% financing for 16 months with equal payments. And we're giving back with 2 $5,000 scholarships for our local youth sports teams. Upgrade your home today at PellaPNW.com.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, the piggyback, Brock, it went better last night. I think objectively you would have to say that. I mean, they were awesome. Luis didn't allow a run. He was incredible through 4 innings. And then Bryce came in. He allows 2 runs late, but at that point the game was well out of hand. And so on paper, it was tremendous. And obviously, it worked even better because the offense really came to play. I'll tell you. It's amazing how one fortunate break one way or another can change a game. It's not an error because you can never assume the double play. But in that inning, in the 3rd inning yesterday, the A's failed to turn 2. There's a little bobble. Yep. And instead of being out of the inning without giving up a run, they end up giving up a 6th spot, Luke Rayleigh being a big part of it.
So volley set, deals. Swung on, blasted, right field. This is on its way. It is gone! Luke Raley thunders a 2-run home run into the Mariners bullpen. The home run leader for the Mariners strikes again. 4-0 M. A 4 spot in the third, punctuated by Luke.
Lyle, you'll have to do this homework assignment, but I'm pretty sure of this. I think Gary Hill has called 92% of the home run calls. I think old Rizzer in his final season is like, what in the world? Can someone hit a home run, a grand slam, do anything when I'm on the call and not a Gary inning, for crying out loud? Because Gary's gotten a lot of the home run calls this year. And the biggest crooked number and the most hits in any single inning this season for the Mariners, and went a long way in that 9-2 victory last night.
Well, that was great. That was all the good news, and the offense, really got after it, and nice to see a bunch of those guys break out. Hopefully that will be the start of more. But the other side of this was some of the frustration of the guys that were involved in the piggyback. We saw Luis Castillo come out after 4, clearly frustrated, slammed down his glove, tried to throw his jacket in the dugout, and clearly wasn't happy afterwards. His comments didn't make it sound a whole lot better. Here, let me read you Luis. It's a plan that I've never seen. This piggyback. As a competitor, you want to go out there and just continue, but at the same time, we knew that was part of the plan, and you got to respect what the decision was. Here was Bryce, his view of things.
Is it getting more, I guess, comfortable now that you've done both situations?
This setup's not very comfortable, but like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I get to come out and pitch in the big leagues, and something that I've dreamed about my whole life. So, would I rather start the game? Yeah, but anytime I can be on the mound in the big leagues, I'll be grateful for it. So,
not quite the Roger dry throat he had last week. After speaking about the piggyback, just an extended pause. But you can fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm. He didn't seem too happy and said that he just found out about it a couple days earlier.
What do you say to the caller who's going to call in and say, Mike and Brock, what are y'all doing? This is what managers do. This is what coaches do. Protect themselves and protect players from themselves. And in this situation, it's the best way to protect.
There's a valid point to be made
6
there.
Guys.
There's a valid point to be made. I disagree with it, but I think it's a very valid point, and that's one of the reasons I am sort of excited to have some of the phone calls, because I think there are 2 sides to this. It's hard for me, though. This one's tough for me. I don't like it, and it just feels self-inflicted to me. It just feels like self-inflicted wounds that really aren't necessary, and I just think you got to have a better plan. Regardless, it works last night as you get your win. Game 2 tonight in Sacramento. It'll be Emerson Hancock against Luis Severino.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Nothing would help more than getting some of your guys back who have been injured or ineffective because of injury. It looks like Gabe Spire joined the team yesterday in Sacramento, hoping he's going to be activated later this afternoon. And then a progress report on Cal Raleigh as he started some light throwing yesterday in Arizona. Obviously a first step towards returning from that oblique strain. Dan was asked whether Cal would just stay in Arizona through the road trip or maybe come back home.
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of assess where he can get the best attention and the best work, and kind of make a decision from there. But I think right now he's in a good spot down there with the personnel that we have down there and where he is in his rehab progression. So just kind of see when we get back out where he is with that.
All right, guarding some state secrets there. So we don't really know where Cal will be.
I think maybe the heat and the better weather and everything you get in Arizona at this point, as he takes these baby steps. And yesterday was light throwing, and maybe, there's going to be an obvious plan step by step. They've gone through this with a bunch of different players over the last couple years, so there will be a process involved. I'll say this about the piggyback, Salk. Another positive last night with just those 2 guys is you'll have Ferrer. We expect Spire to be activated. You have Brash. You have 3 guys to handle a lot of these lefties over the next 2 days.
Yep.
Like, you should win this series. Like, you have everybody and all hands on deck and that kind of weaponry to help, shut down a very left-handed lineup. A's a little bit like you, very left-handed lineup.
And what I see, the A's are bringing up their best prospect, who's a left-handed pitcher, but it looks like he's not going to pitch until after the series. He's got what's the kid's name, Lyle? It's like Storm Chase or something. Like, what's the kid's name?
Gage Jump.
There you go, Gage.
Storm Chaser?
What's it? Gage what?
Jump.
Gage Jump. Storm Chase. None of them are names. Fine. Gage Jump. What a great name. I already like Gage Jump, and I haven't even watched him play.
We have a kid on our team named freshman Blaze Blauser.
That's pretty good.
Oh, he's just set to hit people. What's your name? Blaze Blauser.
That's pretty good. Gage Jump.
Thank goodness he's not going to pitch in this series.
I know.
He is a lefty.
I know.
A lefty who throws 97.
Yeah, if I were them, I might have pitched him tonight instead of Severino and then let, what's the other guy who's pitching tomorrow, the other lefty?
Jeffrey Springs.
Yeah, like just forget about Severino. Just throw the two lefties against them.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Seahawks back on the field today. We'll have a lot more on this tomorrow once they've actually been out there. That's everything you need to know. Quarter past every hour here on the... Well, we're just out of time. Sorry. We're running out of time here, Brock. What can I tell you? There's no other news there. They're just
What's his name?
Huh?
Stormtrooper?
Gage Jump? Dude, that's hilarious. What a hilarious name. Gage Jump.
Are you opening the phone lines or what?
I think we pretty much have to.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm on board now.
Okay.
I was a little nervous an hour ago, but I think
we're taking calls on volleyball rules, right, for youth sports. By the way, a lot of people agreeing on the whistles thing. There's just no reason for all of those whistles. There's none. It's just way too many whistles. All right, what do you guys think? 866-979-3776. We have not opened up the phone lines like this in a long time.
You are so old.
Me? No, I'm helping. I'm not old. Brock, literally everyone in the crowd
I gotta put in my earplugs.
Brock, not me. Everyone. The entire crowd. I've never seen anything like it. Everyone there has AirPods in during the entire match, during the whole tournament. Stop with the whistles. Stop the hammering.
866-979-3776.
All right. What is the question here? The piggyback? The Randy and Julio conversation? I guess the question is...
Mariners, go.
What's happening? Is all of the noise over the last couple of days here, is it a good thing that's going to kind of clear the air and allow their talent to come out? Or is it a problem that is about to get exacerbated? 866-979-3776. You can go from there. But I would like to hear from every Mariner fan out there. It has been a wild, weird, loud ride here over the last couple of days and weeks. Where do you think it's going to go next? And what do you make of what they're doing? How do they get out of this? How do they turn this thing around? 866-979-3776. Going to try to take your calls next.
Brock and Salk, morning 6 to 10.
Oh, man, the ups and downs of any baseball season are obviously incredible, but this one feels like it's got a lot of ups and downs.
Beyond the expectations, why does this feel so volatile? Is there's kind of like real life stuff off the field, the real life injury stuff.
I think it's being close. I think it's feeling like that goal is right in front of you. You got to the ALCS last year. You are so close.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Hey, Mike Salk here, one of the many, many thousands of people who have trusted Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. It's a safe way to lose weight. It really did work for me. One of those folks, and I'm sure you know somebody out there as well who has found a way to lose the weight. Talk to them about it, because you can drop 20, 30 pounds in no time at all. It's what I did. I dropped 10 just in the first week. You eat healthy, fresh food. You buy it all at the grocery store. There's no costly recurring monthly payments, no injections, pills, reading about the scary side effects. It's a doctor-developed plan. It's safe, and it works. Simple as that. 15 minutes, you might spend that time in traffic today. Instead, schedule a consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident Book Series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
You think, Brock, if I had been born Gage Jump, that I'd be more successful?
No question.
I think so. I think like once you get named Gage Jump, the world is just the corridors of the world just are open to
And imagine if you were 6 foot.
Yeah.
Like if you were just 6 foot.
If only. 509 weighing in this morning. The real question is, why is Salk such a whining little bee? That's the only question that Salk should be concerning himself with this morning. Thank you, 509. Appreciate it. It's good to know I'm so well liked in Wenatchee. All right, let's open up these phones, 866-979-3776. What do we make of the piggyback and some of the noise? We've talked through it throughout the morning, right? We talked through Julio and Randy and what we think may have happened in the dugout or in the clubhouse in between innings, as it felt anyway like Julio had a talk with Randy after a defensive miscue and then was late for his at-bat because of it, understandably. And I think that's a good thing, but we're not going to know for a while how it plays its way out. What do you make of the piggyback that in some ways has worked, but in others sure seems to be making some folks inside the dugout mad? And you saw Luis and Bryce in consecutive games showing some of their frustration. Let's open it up. 866-979-3776, starting with Skyler in Seattle. Good morning, Skyler.
Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, I want to say Gage Jump, very cool name.
Very cool.
See how he does. Yeah, so with the piggyback, I think the sample size is small, right? We only have 2 games, but you could argue in both games it's worked out pretty well. I mean, there was a point where we're talking about sending Luis to the bullpen anyway. I mean, he's been struggling this year, particularly with the home runs, with the velocity. And the bullpen is really banged up. I mean, I don't know if it's an ego thing for these guys, but you could argue it's working. I mean, Bryce's velo's up, but he's also missed like 2 months. So I think for now, I think they let it ride.
Oh, I think now you do, right? I mean,
yeah,
they're going to.
Yeah, you've had tremendous on paper. I mean, this is the kind of the difficult part of this, or the rub, I should say. Like on paper, this has been brilliant. Maybe this is exactly what you want.
Kind of. I mean, you could write this the other way. I mean, like what you could say, the opposite side of that is Luis Castillo pitched 4 innings yesterday, came out of the game after only throwing 60 pitches, and then you burned a Bryce Miller start in a 7-0 game. Why would you need Bryce Miller to pitch in a 7-0 game?
Well, that's a funky stadium. Right,
Whatever,
the wind
man.
is blowing out.
Whatever,
You
but
hit
Luis was
5
pitching
home
well.
runs. They can get going.
And you also could have continued to pitch Luis. Like, that's the other side of it. As I said, you can argue this one both ways. I'm not disagreeing necessarily with the point. It has worked really well. But, just to give you the full complement of the conversation, like, you also burned a Bryce Miller start in a 7-run game. Is that something you really want to do?
Are you really burning a start when you got 6 guys for 5 starts?
Maybe.
Are you?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure this thing out. I got 6 guys. I only got 5 spots for them. It's musical chairs. We played musical chairs at the wedding the other day.
Did you?
Great game.
How'd
Oh,
it go?
yeah. I didn't participate. I know thyself.
Yeah.
And I let.
We're going to be like Cecily last year when she was crying at musical chairs.
It's more about the kids, Salk. It's more about the kids.
It's truly a horrendous moment as a parent.
Okay.
What is my kid doing? Why is she getting angry at musical chairs? Why is she complaining that it's unfair in musical chairs? My God.
She's got her father's genetics.
Apparently
Here we
she's
go.
got
Who do we
yours. 866-979-3776. Let me try Isaac in Seattle. Good morning, Isaac.
Good morning, guys. It's killing me. I tell you what, the piggyback feels a lot like the Mariners season, kind of like the Mariners season feels every year. I've been a fan long enough to be disappointed and elated and disappointed and elated and then disappointed because I was elated, that sort of thing. And this season has been a lot like it. So now the guys are actually, they're feeling it themselves. Like, this is unfair. I just pitched a flawless half game. Why are you going to take me out? Yeah, we had three wins in a row. Oh, hit the brakes, guys. Hang on. We have a plan here. If we get too far ahead, it's going to be another 100-win season, and then we're going to tank in the first round. Like, we've been there. We've done that. I don't know. Maybe the Mariners just feel a lot better being mediocre and then surprising everyone in the last 2 weeks of the year. I'm driven crazy by it. It makes sense. I get it. But, oh, my gosh. That's all I got. I love you guys. I hope the 9 o'clock thing doesn't rip my world apart. So please be
It
gentle.
won't rip your world apart. No. I mean, it'll rip ours apart a little bit, but I'll tell you, the show's staying on the air, all right? So for anybody who's worried we're going to announce, another Brock and Salk breakup, we're not. But it's a bummer.
I do have a question.
Yeah, all right. What's your
I
question?
do have a question. Is Mara taking over? Is that what's happening?
Like taking over the world?
Yes, taking over. Salk is gone. Mara and Brock are the new thing. And now we're having like thumb wrestling competitions on the video, and nobody can understand what's happening on the air because it's just the He-Man and
He-Man and the thumbs.
Whatever.
No, Maura's not. She may be taking over the world. She's not taking over the show. I'm not going anywhere.
Isaac a little betwixt and between, Salk.
He's all over the map.
Kind of like him.
Can we piggyback Isaac with another call?
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Isaac, call again.
With Stormtrooper.
That was Stormtrooper. All right, let me go to Ed in Idaho. What's up, Ed? Good morning.
Hi, fellas. I say continue the piggyback. It's working pretty well. And just remind those guys that they're getting paid lots of money, and it's about the team, not their individuals.
Okay.
Thank you.
I kind of like. Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
that's got Idaho written all over it.
I kind of like that.
Just remind
opinion
those
of that
guys
team.
they have no right whatsoever.
You're about being
Work
a
for
Mariner.
me, and you'll do
not about
whatever
your
I said.
numbers. Not about your numbers.
Do what I said to do. Back when I watched baseball in 1965, there's none of this free agency, and those guys did what they were told.
What would Nolan Ryan do, Salk, if you walked to the mound and take the ball from Nolan Ryan?
Oh, he would have just said, I'm getting paid, so I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, take away all their competitiveness. Those guys should get paid, sons of bitch. Do what they're told. Son of a gun.
What'd you say?
Son of a bitch. You do what I'm told. Told what you're told. Get paid. Yeah, Nolan Ryan, I'm sure would have handled that really well. Bob Gibson. Hey, Bob, we're doing a piggyback today, so you're coming out after 68 pitches. You good?
Did you listen
Bob
to the
Gibson
sound?
be like,
Hey,
yes, sir. I'll see you guys in 5.
did you listen to the sound of the Oakland A's broadcast? that I sent earlier
No,
this
you
morning?
sent this. I haven't
Yes.
heard it yet.
It's pretty. You know what? Let's take some more calls, but I think
All right.
I think we can fit it in to
Okay.
some of these calls because
All
it's always
right.
good to hear the other boost perspective. I think.
Do what you're told.
So shut your mouth and take a call
That guy's got
right now.
Let's try. No, Isaac called back. No, go away, Isaac. We already talked to you once. You don't get to call twice. Jesse's in Whidbey. Good morning, Jesse. Isaac, hang up the phone. We're not taking your call again. Jeez. People this out of practice in phone calls?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
We don't do this a lot.
I
Other than
know.
Friday
I
at
know.
9:30.
Jesse, go ahead. Good morning.
It's our fault. What's up, Jess?
Good morning. So I feel like something that a lot of these problems are stemming with is Dan Wilson cut out to manage? He feels like he is unsure a lot of times with his communications and does not commit to things. The piggyback feels like, in theory, should be working if he just communicates with both the starters and sticks with the plan rather than backing out when things don't go well, especially after his press conference after the first one when he didn't seem to know what to say and was fumbling over his words. It just feels like a mess.
Yeah, I think Salk hit on this earlier. Thank you, Jesse, for the call. I think too often, and this is where you can't be as a play caller, this is where you can't be as a decision maker. This is where I think it's a real struggle to be if your managing relationship is in reactive mode and not proactive mode. I think anytime you are reacting to circumstances, right, you're just going to be behind the 8 ball rather than as best you can. And it takes twists and it takes turns and there's injuries and it's not ideal. And it's any number of circumstances that come about in business and in sport and in market conditions. But if I'm consistently on the reactive and it feels through 55 games, that's been too many. Too many.
I think that's fair. Yeah, too much reaction and not enough proactivity. I think that's a
right.
fair comment.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Bryce Miller kind of saying like, well, I just found out about this a couple days ago.
Right.
Here's Bryce's, he said, I haven't done this in a while. I'm reading from Adam Jude. Really since college, pitching out of the bullpen. So I don't know. I didn't really know how to navigate it, but I just did the best I could. I mean, that doesn't reek of great communication.
Yeah, you're forcing guys also into some of these situations and roles. And again, there's the other side of it that says, guys, then you tell me what to do. You tell me what to do. How
that's
can
not
we
really
be,
their job.
How can we be proactive in this situation where we got 6 arms for 5 spots? How do we do this?
Except, Brock, 5 of those guys are pitching well, and the other guy has an ERA of 6. You don't really have that. I love Luis. I don't think anyone's been a bigger fan of Luis Castillo in this market than me. But one guy's got an ERA over 6. Like, you don't have 6 guys that are pitching.
So does this, and again, this is just speculation. This is not on any news. Then it sure smells to me, the longer we have this conversation, is that Luis doesn't want to go to the bullpen.
Okay.
I mean, that's a way proactively.
Do his job. He's getting paid.
That's
do
how
whatever
you,
he's told.
That's how you would have to proactively have handled this a few weeks ago. Luis, you're just going to go to the bullpen. You're going to be our long arm in the bullpen. We're going to keep you stretched out.
And that whole idea of a long arm in the bullpen, no, absolutely not. I would not do that. That is garbage. There's no such thing.
Well, a long arm in the sense that we're going to keep you. Okay, that's the wrong way.
I'm sorry. Like that, I'm out on. Don't give me this long reliever thing.
Because that's usually the least leverage guy.
Right.
I want to keep you stretched out. We got to do what we can to
2 or
keep
3
you that,
innings.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
but the idea of we're going to bring you in
a
game that the other guy's pitching well in, it just doesn't make any sense. Why? I love the idea of Luis Castillo leverage arm. I think there's some real value in it. I don't know if it'll work or not.
But he doesn't.
I get that. So then find some other. But this doesn't make any sense. This is.
Mm-hmm.
You got 5 innings from Bryce Miller yesterday. He entered the game and it was 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
You got 5 innings of Bryce and into the 6th the first time around because he was throwing a no-hitter.
Right. And then you took him out.
Right.
Because you had to give Luis time to pitch.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't understand it. It does not.
It's almost as if the very situation causes you to be in consistent reaction mode.
Well, that's right. And I guess I think the problem with it is that even when it works, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what I'm trying to say and what we're trying to get at. And I think that's what you're hearing from a lot of the callers and texters. Even when it works, it doesn't fully work. You're right. It did work yesterday. They won. And both guys pitched great. But did it really work? You kind of also wasted both of their starts, and they're both mad. So, did it work? Even when it works, it doesn't work.
We got anybody else for the piggyback? Anybody else on there for the piggyback?
No, but here's Chloe. This is Zandy. Good morning, Zandy.
Zandy, what's up?
I think we should go. How are we doing, Brock? I think we should go ahead and just go to the 6-man rotation. I don't see why we're messing around with this piggyback stuff. We can go ahead. I mean, everybody's going to be upset anyway, so we might as well go to a 6-man rotation and just have all the pitchers adjust so that we can trade one at the deadline. That's my point of view.
I think the problem there, I like the thinking, and I think, by the way, there's maybe some merit to it, but, the challenge with the 6-man is just what it does risk-wise to your bullpen. That's really it. It's just the risk to the bullpen. And obviously there's still some risk in the piggyback because, if those guys hadn't pitched well yesterday, now you're using even more bullpen guys on top of it.
What do you mean risk to the bullpen? Because you're an arm down?
You're an arm short.
Okay.
You're a reliever short.
But now the Brash is back and Spire's coming back.
Yeah. But you're still a reliever short.
Mm-hmm.
Even with those guys back. Like, you've got more of your leverage arms back, but you're still a reliever short because if you have 6 starters, you only get 7
but it's
instead of 8.
It's your last arm in the bullpen.
Understood, but those guys are there for a reason. Like, oftentimes you have to use them. And so it's just there's a risk factor. That being said, I think I might prefer the 6-man rotation to this.
I think Bryce and Luis would, by the way.
I think this is yes. I am not a 6-man rotation fan.
Mm-mm.
I think I would prefer to this. Let me try Kevin in Port Orchard. Good morning, Kevin.
Guys, this is when Seattle Mariner fans just completely blow my mind. And I'm a fan, but I'm a realistic fan. How many times are we going to hear that this experiment is working? It's not. They're 1-1 in piggybacks. In the first piggyback, Bryce was pitching a brilliant game. They pulled him out early. They brought in Ferrer, who did, 2/3 of an inning. And then they kept Luis in the 9th inning in a save situation in a game that cost them. This is stupid. If Luis won't pitch out of the bullpen, you have to move him. You either trade him or you waive him or something. But we have too good of a pitching staff to waste our time dancing around the fact that he's got an over 6.0 ERA. This experiment is going to destroy this team, and we saw it this weekend, guys.
Look, that's certainly a take, and I think that it's a risk. I'm going to go ahead
you're not cutting him. You're not doing that, eating $40 million. Number 2, if
he's still got value.
Him, where are you trading him? You're trading him at his stock being the lowest.
Yeah, you're not doing either of those two
You're
things.
probably not doing either of those things.
No, I don't think either of those things are real
That's
options.
not realistic.
And I'm going to go ahead and not make a comment about what this is going to do because I don't know. I will comment based on what I'm seeing and some of the risk associated with it. But as we know, there are upsides to this. We've talked through it, and their callers are very, very accurate. Like, hey, it's worked. And look, you start today with a fully rested bullpen, right? Got a full day off. And if that helps Emerson Hancock get through the day, great. I don't think it's an accident that the piggyback comes the day before Hancock to try to rest your bullpen before the guy who's least likely to go deep into the game pitches. Look, I think that makes sense. But is it worth all of all of the second guessing and all of the frustration? And is it worth all that?
Mm-hmm.
There's benefits, which is why they're doing it. But is it worth it?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel worth it to me. Let me try Josh in Tacoma. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning. I also, am thankful for all Luis has done, but at the end of the day, he is at best our sixth starter, and with the way Anderson's pitching in the minors, he might even be our seventh best starter. So he either needs to go to the pen or they have to move on from him because there's just no room in the starting if we're trying to win this year.
I get the point. I don't know. I mean, look, one of the other shames of this is Luis is now coming off his best start since game one of his first start of the season. And instead of talking about it, we're talking about the piggyback. I'd love to be talking about Luis. I'd love to be playing, the Everly Brothers for you guys this morning and singing along. But unfortunately.
But was that best start because he knew he was on a short leash? Was that best start because he knew he didn't have to pace himself over 6 or 7
I don't think so because it doesn't seem like he knew that. If he had come out of the game and been like, heck yeah, I did my job for 4 innings, then I would say yes, the piggyback absolutely helped him. But he didn't. He looked shocked. He's throwing things in the dugout afterwards. That doesn't tell me he's like, yeah, hey, I knew I was coming out after 4, so I just go out and do my best.
Empty the tank.
No, he was
Brock, he was just simply emptying
flabbergasted that he was coming out of the game.
He was emptying the last parts of the tank. That's all.
It's a plan that I've never seen this piggyback. I mean, like,
yeah, play if you have that A's booth sound. Play a little bit. It's kind of long.
You have that more.
I don't know if you got that yet.
She might be answering calls. Hold on. Let me see.
I rolled it in.
All right, she's got it.
And so for Luis Castillo to be as frustrated as he is, it's because of the dirt under his spikes. He has earned every right, in my opinion, to be back out there, to get the Lions' share of this piggyback split here. And if he's throwing the ball the way he has tonight, and if he has produced the way he has tonight, and you have the lead that you have tonight, help me understand why it's not Luis Castillo back out on the mound right now. I'm having a tough time wrapping my head around it.
At Dallas Braden? Yeah.
Dirt under his spikes. And that's the baseball. By the way, that is the baseball traditional mentality. Where you earn it, where your track record matters, right? When we talk to the Ryan Healy's of the world, and we talk to the guys of the Ryan Roland Smiths of the world, we talk to the guys that have been there and done it.
There's just so much natural respect paid to your
and respect matters,
right?
In the game of baseball, in that clubhouse, in the patriarchy of a rotation, it matters to those guys.
We're going to get a little deeper into this tomorrow, Brock. But let me just ask you, and then I'll get maybe 1 or 2 more calls if we can. But they're starting to feel kind of the same. Is there any conversation to be had here? And I don't understand what's happened with the Cleveland Cavaliers entirely. You probably get it better than me. Is there any conversation or any comp to be made between the Cavs and their analytical bend and some of the challenges that it led them to against the Knicks here?
I'm not well versed enough in that.
Okay.
I just know you lose by 37 points in your final closing game. You got heart issues.
I was just listening to other people talking about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of that opinion seemed to be, yeah, cool. You forgot the heart. You got the numbers right, but you kind of overdid it. And now you kind of forgot the heart. And I wonder if maybe the numbers show you that this does work, but it feels like a real challenge for the heart and for everybody else involved. 866-979-3776. Let me try Mike in our guy Mike in Edmonds, our favorite baseball fan.
In my
Hi,
rocking
Mike.
chair with
Good
a
morning.
blanket. Oh, Mike.
Oh, stop it, Brock. Stop it. Salk is right.
Cat.
You are the instigator of all instigators.
He really is. It's awful.
Mike, is the cat on your lap?
That's why at 9 o'clock I'll be announcing a permanent replacement for Brock.
Oh, man.
Mike, your eyes have seen some baseball through the years. What do you make of this?
I hate it. I was so pumped at the start of the season. I had him for 96 wins, and that's not going to happen. And my biggest fear is that this is the beginning of the spiral into the basement. Not the basement of the West, but the basement of the season. I don't see it working. I see lingering resentment. And there's so much blame to spread around, from DePoto to Hollander to Wilson. I mean, not having communication between the two guys that are piggybacking. How could that be possible? What was any man? I mean, us three could manage better than that. That's terrible. So I'm rock bottom here. I
don't like this. Okay. Mike, I don't like seeing you in this state.
That's the worst I've ever heard, Mike. Mike, what can we do for you today? Mike, who's your favorite band? What's your favorite music? What kind of music do you like?
Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
All right. That's interesting. That's not where I thought you would go. You kind of sound a little like Neil Young. You know what? I should have assumed that. You kind of have a little Neil Young sound to you, right? I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That is a semi-compliment.
There you go. Just for you.
Come on, Mike. We can't have you this down, Mike. Not our Mike.
Man.
Not my Mikey, Mike.
I'm just getting worried about you.
Not my Richie.
Okay.
Not my Mikey in Edmonds.
There's been no good path forward.
Cheer up,
this
buddy.
Morning.
Cheer up.
Sing it, Mike.
There's just no good path forward.
Can you sing it? Can you sing a little, Neil Young?
No, I'm not singing. No.
Come on.
Mike,
it'll make you feel better.
I've not been late to work. You can't make me sing.
Thanks, Mike. Love you, buddy.
Yeah.
There's the great Mike Edmonds. And a little Neil Young.
He's a top 5 caller.
Well, there you go. That is the people have spoken, Brock. The people have spoken, and they've weighed in on the piggyback and the current state of the Mariners.
When you put Mike in that state,
yeah,
we got a problem.
I'm concerned for Mike. He's got a wellness check up there in Edmonds. All right, Jeff Passan will join us at 9:30. We'll get Jeff's take on this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, though, a show announcement. Family business next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this, consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Your summer starts here in a new Toyota. Now through June 1st, lease a new 26 Tacoma SR5 for $299 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Or lease a new Tacoma TRD Sport for just $339 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. A negotiable doc fee of up to $200 may be added. Call 1-888-48-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Hey, Brock Heward here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place with People Come First.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
A luxury ranch estate that overlooks its own lake? The Stillwater Ranch blends refined living, recreation, and income-producing land just minutes from Spokane. Explore this ranch and more at fayranches.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Oh, boy. Show announcement, Brock. These are never good. These are never fun.
We just ripped the Band-Aid off?
Well, I don't think we have to say anything at all. That's sort of the one positive and what is kind of a huge bummer is that you and I don't have to say anything at all. Lyle.
Oh, you guys are waiting for me.
Yeah.
Lyle.
Yeah, so this is hard in every way, but this is my final week on the show.
Oh, Lyle.
Yeah, they're just finding out for the first time.
No, we've known.
I'm kidding.
So let me start by saying Lyle told us almost like a month ago that this was happening, and huge kudos to Lyle for not leaving us in the lurch for giving us a huge extra amount of notice in order to help us kind of try to fill his role, which, by the way, we've not been able to do.
He probably texted you. He probably texted each of you the same way he texted me. Oh, he didn't? He just pulled you aside?
No, I'll tell you the story in a minute. I don't want to. I want to. Lyle, where are you going? What are you going to go do? Tell people why you're exiting the Brock and Salk. Is it because Bump and Stacy were so much more successful in the last ratings book that you just?
I'd say it's probably because you guys are so mean to them.
Is it because we were so mean to you?
I mean, I've seen texts about. Is Lyle going to get his high school diploma? And is that why he's leaving? He's taking a leave of absence.
Getting a little GED.
Yeah, I've seen some speculation about did they bully Lyle off the show? And I'd love to say it's all of those things. Mm-hmm. The funny thing that people don't get to see is you guys have been awesome. Like behind the scenes, maybe people don't always see it on the air, but you guys have been huge mentors, friends, all of it. So it's been a blast to be on the show. Where am I going? I'm not really going all that far. I mean, for people that wonder what's next, I'm not that hard to find. And what that would be is, I think a lot of people know that away from the show, there's a lot that keeps me pretty busy. And it's just gotten to a point now where I really want to focus all my time and energy and effort into that. So I'm shifting more towards all of that, which unfortunately doesn't involve being on the show every morning anymore.
310 says, no surprise. You guys beat up on him so much. 253 says, wait, I thought this was going to be bad news. That's not very nice. How dare you? 360, Lyle got tired of being a punching bag for a couple of grandpas. Yeah. All right. So a lot of mixed reaction, not unlike the Piggyback situation. A lot of mixed reaction to the news today that Lyle, this will be his final week. Now, some good news. It means that it reminded Maura that we really need to play as Lyle Smarter Than a Fifth Grader again. So we're going to do that tomorrow. We've got Mariners tickets on the line. So we will have another second and last edition of Is Lyle Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
We need people to bring it Cash and was it? Oh wait, yeah, was it Cash? Now I'm Eric and Cash. I think last time
it was. Yeah.
And they were fun.
Wasn't it Chase and
Chase, you're right.
Chase.
We were just talking
Cash,
about someone
Chase,
named,
Jump.
That's why I was second guessing myself.
Storm, Gage, they're all made up. Don't worry about it, Maura. It's fine. It's just taking words and turning them into names.
We ended up having them split the tickets.
That's right.
It was down to the wire.
Yep.
425 wondering if Lyle's going to be a Chick-fil-A full-time now. I don't know. No, he's doing his own thing, which is great. And we're really proud of Lyle, and it's been an awesome couple of years with him here, and excited that he's got an opportunity now to really fulfill his dream of doing it his way, which is awesome. Total respect for that. So Ryan Spokane wondering what? Now we need a new whipping boy. Just kidding, Lyle. Thanks for everything. I would say that. It was funny when Lyle told us, Brock. He was so awkward about it. It was really hilarious.
Well, it was different because he texted me. Okay. So he must have pulled you aside after the show.
Well, he was waiting and sort of doing his it was hilarious. Just sort of waiting uncomfortably. I was like, what is Lyle doing? He's
biting his lip.
Hey, man, can we talk for a minute? I was like, of course. I was worried something was going on in his life. It was sort of like when Maura had her problem with the Julio sound.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? And she's like, guys, before we get going, I've really got to tell you something. Oh, no. Something horrible's happened in Maura's life. Oh, no, she just lost the Julio sound? That's all right. So Lyle kind of did the same thing. Guys, we got to talk. And I was like, oh, no. I hope everything's okay in his family. And he's like, I'm going to leave the show. I was like, oh, okay, thank God. So, it's great. You lower these expectations. So you're like, think something awful is going to happen. And then when you hear the bad news, you're like, you blew the Julio interview? Whatever. We'll figure it out. You're leaving? All right. Well, good for you. So, jokes aside, Lyle, it's been awesome. Thanks for being on this show for the last couple of years. It has been, you're going to be hard to replace. You've been phenomenal. It's a tremendous understanding of the game of baseball, incredibly opinionated. You've carved out your own personality, and you're memorable. I get asked about you all the time. All the time. People ask me about Lyle, and that's a tremendous compliment to what you've done and a role in this show over the last couple of years. So congratulations. I think it's awesome.
I would co-sign on that. I would say I got a text, so different circumstances. I wasn't there, so I got a text, and legitimately, it came on a day that we were really hard on him. Like we had made fun of him.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
We were picking on him. I forget
Those
which
days
occasion,
all run together.
I forget which occasion exactly that was, but I was like, oh, now finally tipped the scales. Like finally enough's enough. Finally, he's going to be like, I'm done. You guys making fun of my education, okay, belittling me, hurting my feelings. I legitimately was like, crap.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of had to gird my loins, had to get in the car and go for a drive because I knew the call was coming. And no, it was the opposite. He was incredibly professional.
Yes.
And I think we both know that the demands of this, with what he's trying to do and burning it on the other end, you just get to a point where it's not sustainable.
Yep.
You know, that this is, I've got to make the best business decision I can. And I fully, you and me and more, I think everybody fully supports it. Go for it. And the beauty of this guy is he goes for it with what he knows and what he loves. And that is baseball and all in. And that will be my greatest encouragement, man. All gas, no brakes. Just go for it.
100%. And Lyle's content, what he and TJ put together, the whole Marine Layer universe is cool. So congratulations, Lyle. We're happy for you, but we are going to miss you.
No, you guys have been awesome. And I'm going to miss being on the show. That's why this is incredibly bittersweet. It's bittersweet in every way. That I'm excited about what TJ and I have done and hope to do moving forward. But yeah, this has been a blast. I mean, maybe the early wake-ups aside.
Yeah, I was going to say that first day of the alarm not going off.
Hey, you want me to call you at 4:30
huh?
on Monday?
That'd
Hey,
be
Lyle,
something.
what's up?
Just to
Where
scare
are
me.
Where are you?
Why aren't you here?
But I would say, like, the reason it was so hard to tell you guys is a testament to how much I've loved the show and loved being a part of it, because it's different than a 9-to-5 job. It's not a clock in, clock out sort of thing where you have coworkers and you have people you're just cordial with. Like, you know, you're a part of it every day, and there's so many conversations that happen on the air, off the air. You know, you become true friends and people become close, and that's why I don't plan to obviously like lose touch with you guys by any stretch when this is over. It's just, you know, maybe it won't be every single day I'm part of the show. So yeah, to have to tell you guys that I won't get to be around it every day was hard. So that's why I tried to build myself up.
I tried to sing It's So Hard to Say Goodbye, Boys to Men, and I got what's that?
Yeah, Lyle doesn't know boys.
Do you think Lyle's going to text us back now that he's not on the show anymore?
No, but I'm hoping that if I reach
speech
out
there, Lyle, about how tight we are and how close we're all and communicate. You never write us back. What are you talking about?
I don't know if that's true, but sometimes you and Brock get into some really long conversations that I don't have anything to contribute. Like you guys talk sometimes on that text thread, and I'm watching, and I'll sometimes
same, Lyle, same.
Sometimes I am busy. To be fair,
He's just eating popcorn and PB&J.
No, not quite. Sometimes I legitimately am busy while that's going on, and I don't see it till after. But sometimes I see what's happening, and I'm like, I don't have anything to contribute to this.
What are we gonna do?
Will you at least get back to me if I text you to come on as a guest, or are we dead to you now?
Of course.
Okay.
That's good. Some of our former producers wouldn't do that. That's nice. That's a good sign for the way things are ending here. Anyway, we don't have a replacement yet for Lyle. No, for the 3,000 texts. Boy, howdy is not done selling Cutco knives. He's not going anywhere. No, he's not coming back.
I mean, you know what's going to happen now, Lyle, right? I mean, you know what's going to happen. His Mariners are going to make a World Series. And you're gonna,
obviously.
yeah, that's going to happen.
206 says Lyle's petulant apathy is paired well with Salk's repugnant arrogance. That's nice. I appreciate that, 206. That's really, really nice. I'm glad to get caught up in the crossfire of that. Just a little stray.
Thanks, Isaac from Seattle.
So I don't know what we're looking for. We don't have a replacement yet. So if you know somebody or if you're interested in the gig, I guess let us know, because we are searching far and wide for one of the least coveted spots in Seattle radio, waking up early to take grief from Brock and Salk. Lyle, we love you. We're going to enjoy this last week.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. This June, for Men's Health Month, start treatment at Revive Washington and get a free comprehensive wellness panel. A $400 value, including testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, and more. Take control of your health today. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The throw to first, and it's in time. Holy smokes, what a play by J.P. Crawford.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, blew it by him, strike 3.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone! Julio!
Mariners baseball. Trident South.
Don't miss 2 great interleague matchups at T-Mobile Park. The next Mariners homestand starts this Friday with a 3-game set against Corbin Carroll and the D-backs. Then, the action continues as Juan Soto and the Mets come to town Monday, June 1st through Wednesday, June 3rd. Get your tickets today at Mariners.com.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
I need a little
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, Brock, the piggyback part 2 yesterday, it worked in that they won the game and they saved the bullpen, and Bryce came in and was effective himself, and in all those ways it kind of worked the way they wanted it to. But even when it works, it doesn't fully work because the guys end up leaving pretty frustrated. Luis throwing things in the dugout, and Bryce seemed kind of confused for the second time about some of the communication around it. It was a challenge. Dan explains why he took Castillo out after 4.
I mean, I don't know if it was predetermined, but I think, just once Bryce gets going there, it's it's kind of hard to get to set him down, and so I think it was a situation where we went with it, and again, tough one, I know, and I think Rock deserves a lot of credit.
You've quoted me, or had me quote myself a couple times today. I'll quote the old Mike Salk, 17 years ago, first preseason, first spring training, talking about baseball and sitting me down and helped me understand that baseball is about role development. Baseball is about guys knowing what's expected of them. It's not about open competition for the right guard position. That's usually not how it works. And unfortunately, I think some of this piggyback has brought some of that about. I don't know how long you're going to go. I'm not sure. If you got a no-hitter going through 4 or 5 or 6, or I'm sorry, you're just going to have to go out there and kind of wing it and trust us, and we'll take you out and take the ball when we feel we're ready to. And, well, Luis was not ready to give up the ball, and Bryce wasn't ready to give it up in the last start. And as you said, when it goes well and you win, there shouldn't be negative implications and consequences with largely good veteran guys. Luis has been the rock. He's been the trusted guy. He's been beloved. And to see him that miffed, Bryce is thoughtful. He's fun. He's competitive. He's a lot of things. To see him unable to kind of share what he really feels and believes, that's kind of the human being element, the reminder that it's more than just performance.
Yeah, there are actual humans out there, and this does seem to make it hard on them. Now, in the meantime, the Bats, they took advantage, man. A's made one mistake, right? Just one mistake. Didn't finish up a double play, and the Mariners took advantage. Everybody got involved.
The pitch. Swung on, line drive into the gap, right center field. It's falling, it's down, it's a hit. It's going all the way to the wall. Here comes Naylor to third base. He's being waved. The cutoff throw home on its way. No throw home. Naylor slides. He's safe. Randy into second. A ringing double. The Mariners have another. It's 2-0.
He got it going.
And then it was 6-0. And then it was 7-0. And 7-1 and 9-2 ultimately.
Yeah. Good day on the offense, though. It's good to see Randy continue. He has just been unbelievable. Rayleigh's been super hot, and he got it done again. Canzone with a big home run. JP hit a home run. I mean, there was some really good stuff there yesterday. Hopefully, now they get it going offensively. Game 2 tonight in Sacramento. Emerson Hancock and Luis Severino.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, Cal getting closer. Here was Dan with an update.
Continuing the rehab process, and today I think getting a chance to maybe play some light catch, so that's a good sign. But again, he's just really have to be careful with the obliques, as we've talked about, and take it slow. But I know he's put a lot of work in prior to this with the rotation stuff and building the strength and getting it back, and so I think in terms of a progression, I think he's on pace with where we would hope, and we'll just continue to see it as we go.
And hopefully no setback. Hopefully he wakes up today after light throwing yesterday and is able to throw a little bit more and eventually do some light swings, and then eventually some batting practice, and eventually some infield and all the things that he needs to do. But it was a 10-day stint on the IL. It's going to be much more than 10 days.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Seahawks are going to get back out on the field, Brock. They are the reigning Super Bowl champs. That's kind of fun. Yeah, they are. And they're going to be out on the field for a OTA, organized
Actual
team
football
activity today, playing a little real football the next 3 days, today, tomorrow,
I
and
think this was the
Thursday
day,
as well.
if my memory serves me right. Wasn't this the day a year ago where you were really concerned about Sam Darnold? I mean, you wanted Jalen Milroe to be the starter.
That's not true.
My memory serves me right. You watched Red Zone. You were done.
No.
Through
No,
picks.
that was actually a training camp. Thanks.
Oh, was it? I apologize. Memory failed me.
Get your facts right.
That's what two
Once you get your facts right.
This is a crazy question.
Yeah, why don't you get your facts and come back and see me, Brock? That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. I mean, just get your facts right. I mean, I did have some questions.
What about Jalen Milroe, by the way? He's kind of
it's a real question,
guy, right?
Huh?
What about Jalen Milroe?
He's going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be a big Just get some facts. Get some facts and come back.
Who said that, Lyle? Who said get some facts and come back and see me? Do you remember which famous basketball coach had a tirade?
I think I know who it is, but I'm not entirely sure.
Get your facts and come back and see me, Lyle.
I was looking.
That sounds like part of the Mike Gundy, I'm a man on 40 rant.
No.
That's what it sounds like. I think he says get your facts straight at some point in that rant.
He might, but that's not it. It's at UConn. It's either Jim Calhoun or Gino, but I think it's Jim Calhoun.
We're looking for Jim Calhoun.
Was it Jim Calhoun?
I was looking for Jim Calhoun.
I believe it was Jim Calhoun.
I know it was Jim Calhoun.
You know so?
I know so.
You're that sure?
Oh, that one is embedded, Salk. Get your facts and come back.
Why don't we have it in our system? I'm looking. I don't even see it in here. It was here forever.
Well, you had to rank 9 million things.
That's not where it would have been. It would have been somewhere else, Brock. It's in a different folder. It wouldn't have been in the ranking folder. Oh, that's so sad.
Uh-huh.
I know. All right. Okay. All right. Well, Jeff Passan's going to join us. That's happy. Jeff.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. He couldn't join us at 8:30 today. He had to bump over to 9:30. So Jeff Passan with the very latest on the Mariners next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Highlights don't win games. The full box score does. I'm Brock Heward, and most business leaders aren't short on data. They're short on clarity. Numbers are scattered across ERP, CRMs, and spreadsheets, making decisions reactive instead of confident. And that's not how great businesses are built. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view, even if it lives in disconnected systems or offline, so you can see what's really happening and act faster. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to see what Marquee IQ can do.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
If you've gained 20, 30, or even 40 or more pounds over the past few years and nothing seems to work anymore, listen up.
I'm Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss, and our completely medication-free program has helped thousands in Washington lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days. No drugs, no weekly shots, no muscle loss, no side effects, no forever monthly costs, just food, but the right type, in the right amount at the right time. All part of a detailed plan with expert coaching every step of the way that helps you reset your metabolism and burn fat. Schedule your free phone consult at eastsideweightlossklinik.com.
Yeah, Mike Salk here, and Dr. Coogan is right. I can attest to losing 35 pounds with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. It works. It's safer, less expensive than alternatives, with no injections or pills, and no scary side effects. Schedule a free consult and find out for yourself.
Over 4,000 people have lost 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 60 days. Come to our clinic in Kirkland or do our program from anywhere you live with our remote options. Schedule your free phone consult online at eastsideweightlossklinik.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Mariners and A's tonight in Sacramento. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
And we're back. The big headline today. Your Washington Credit Union, WSECU, has done it again.
5 straight years as Forbes' best in-state credit union. That's a dynasty, Rick, like 5 straight championship rings.
Or 5 seasons hitting 400, Steve.
Holy catfish. If you want a team that wins year after year, join your Washington Credit Union, WSECU. Details at WSECU.org.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin. Muckleshoot. This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Shut up, Salk. It's Brock and Salk's weekly chat with ESPN senior baseball writer Jeff Passan.
Man, when you have a talent like him.
Brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers.
I see this being the beginning of the best run in the history of this franchise.
On Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Get right to it with Jeff Passan of ESPN. Jeff? When we spoke to you last week, we were just about to see our first piggyback. We've now seen it twice. What do we think?
Well, I mean, if we want to just talk about it in terms of effectiveness, the Mariners won 9-2 yesterday, and that's pretty good. But effectiveness is only as good as the contentment of the people involved with it. And it is abundantly clear, and I'm not saying anything nobody can see with their own 2 eyes, that Luis Castillo is very unhappy right now. And I understand you can go with the whole, hey, pitch better, and you wouldn't be in this situation. You can go with, hey, be a team player. This is the role that they need you in. But sometimes it's not that easy. And managing people and personalities is as much of as a part of a success of a team as anything. Guys need to be bought into what you're doing, and if they're not, they're just not going to be as effective and as good at it. And I think that's the situation that we're in right now with the Mariners. It's a really difficult one because while you hoped that this would be the solution, I'm not sure that long-term it's necessarily going to be.
Yeah, and Bryce not happy about it either. Comments after both of the outings were, as you said, from a pure performance standpoint, both of them pretty darn good. You told us 3 weeks ago this was going to be delicate in how you had to handle Luis. Is it fair to say by that reaction last night that not only does he not want to do this, he didn't want to be a part of a bullpen either, that he believes he should get the ball every 5 days?
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. And the most frustrating part for the Mariners right now, I think, like Luis Castillo's frustration is clear. That we don't need to delve into that. It's obvious he does not like doing this because when you're a starting pitcher and when your identity is as a starting pitcher and you throw 4 shutout innings, you're going to get a fifth. Like, that's just how it's going to go. You get a fifth inning when you have thrown 4 scoreless. And the reason that he threw a fit on the bench is because he felt like he deserved more. But to me, this is going to become a question of how can the Mariners manage this situation? How can Dan Wilson manage this situation? How can Jerry Dipoto and Justin Hollander manage this situation? And there have been multiple situations already this season, which does not portend well for this team. That had the Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena dust-up during the World Baseball Classic that wound up spilling over even later on. And now you've got this as well. When you have this much talent, one of the things that can get in the way is personnel issues. And this is a difficult one because, you know, you're trying to satisfy all parties by doing the piggybacking. And when you wind up satisfying none, it's tough to get out of that. So I don't know, frankly, what the right answer is. Quite often the right answers reveal themselves, guys. And whether it's somebody getting hurt or, you know, something else that happens, they tend to take care of themselves. In this situation, though, 5 days from now, what are the Mariners going to do? Are they going to go back to this? At this point, I really don't know.
I think they have to. I mean, I think they're definitely going to. I don't like it, but I think that the way you started the conversation of, hey, both guys pitched well, I would assume they're going to do it again.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. But, with both of them saying that they don't like what they're doing, it's hard, man. It's really, really hard when you have players like actively expressing a dislike for something to say to them, by the way, this is what we're doing.
I don't know, Jeff. We took a caller. Hey, we took calls on this an hour ago. Ed from Idaho was very clear. Shut your mouth, do your job. You're getting paid.
I mean, I don't know that Ed from Idaho is wrong necessarily, but I think it's also for Ed from Idaho or for anybody else to say, shut your mouth, do your job, you're getting paid. It just takes away from the reality that these guys, I think it's more that they, not the role itself, it's that they don't necessarily feel appreciated, right? Like when you're, this is an identity thing. And when your identity is as a starting pitcher, there are certain things that come with that. And one of them is if you're pitching well, you will continue pitching. And so that gets taken away. And then Bryce Miller, it's like, I'm a starting pitcher. What am I doing coming in the 5th inning? One thing, guys, that has made the Tampa Bay Rays right now the best record in baseball, or best record in the American League, what's made them a very successful franchise is that they have done a really good job of getting guys on board with roles. And It's Kevin Cash, the manager. It's Eric Neander, the president of baseball operations. It's the coaching staff. They take delicate situations and they tend to make them work. And that's where I think the Mariners right now need to figure this out. And I suppose they can just plow right through it and say, we won 9-2. This works. We're sticking with it because winning ball games is the distinct priority here. But I think we also need to acknowledge that this is the sort of thing that can fester. And you don't want people who are malcontents in your clubhouse. And if you are, through your decisions, breeding malcontents, it's a hard thing to come to terms with.
Can you think of another situation similar to this? And I don't mean necessarily just a piggyback, but just kind of an analogous baseball situation, because ultimately I'm trying to figure out what they should do. I mean, I don't like this piggyback thing. I didn't like it before it started. I don't like it now. I understand some of the positives around it, and I'm sure if some of the Mariner folks were here right now, they would talk about some of the look, they're heading into tonight with a fresh bullpen, and having won the game yesterday with both pitchers pitching well. Can you come up with another situation like this?
Where on paper something can perform so well, but from a personnel, it is so divisive or hurtful.
I think platoon situations sometimes can be like that, where somebody feels like he's performing well enough on one side offensively that he should try and get some at-bats on the other side. But it's not like this. I mean, is the answer not a six-man rotation?
I don't think it is. I think the answer is to talk to Luis. Got to be a reliever. Unfortunately, you're the guy with the 6 ERA, and it's up to the team to sell to him that he's going to be a leverage arm and that's the best path forward for him. I don't. A 6-man rotation is. I guess that's the next best solution, but I don't think that's a great solution either. And going a man down in the pen.
Yeah, I mean that's what options are for. That's what depth is for, and none of this, it would be a 6-man rotation if Luis Castillo were pitching better. Is that not the case?
I don't know. It's not like Bryce. Why is Bryce? If I'm Bryce, everyone's made a big deal out of Luis being upset. I think it was more interesting that Bryce was upset a week ago, because if I'm Luis, yeah, there is an element of, hey, dude, you may have the most track record here, but you're not pitching well this year, so you're going to have to kind of watch it. But for Bryce, whatever, I'm throwing 99 miles an hour. I look great. What do you mean I got to come out after 5? I just threw 5 no-hit innings. Now I've got to come out? What? If I'm Bryce, I mean, he's handled it. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, he was not quite as demonstrative as Luis was, but I don't think Bryce is particularly happy, nor should he be.
No. And, there's a self-inflicted nature to this, which is frustrating. Mm-hmm. And the communication in that clubhouse and with the people involved in this, it needs to be better. Not everyone's going to be happy with their job all the time. I get the Ed from Idaho argument that you're getting paid an exceptional amount of money. Go out and shut up and help us win ball games. And you know what, Ed? That's what they did yesterday. That's precisely what they did yesterday.
Yep, it's true.
So they are doing this. But when you have unhappy people inside of a locker room, doesn't matter what the sport is, it's almost like a live wire that's sitting there, and everyone just doesn't want to touch it. You avoid it, and it can be bad. Let's put it this way. The Mariners, I think the Mariners' priority right now needs to be ensuring that the players feel happy with their roles. And whether that's selling them on this current structure and making them believe it somehow, incentivizing it, whatever it may be, everyone needs to be on board with what they're doing. And if that's not the case, I just feel like the performance is not going to continue going in the same direction.
I wonder if this is accentuated without Cal Raleigh around. We've not really talked about that, Salk, over these 3 hours and 40 minutes, but I wonder if his void and his absence has allowed some of this to catch even more fire.
I mean, he's around, though, is he not?
No, he's in Arizona.
No, he's in Arizona.
No, he's in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's down in Arizona in the heat and trying to get right and taking little baby steps. But I wonder in their pitching meetings, right, a week ago and the day before, early yesterday, like, I wonder if he'd be the one like, hey, I get it. This sucks, but let's pony up. Let's go. I wonder if they're missing that kind of, because Dan, Jeff, as we're around it, and as we have learned, he really hands the keys over to the players. He empowers the players and their voices and that clubhouse. It's not his voice. It's those guys. And I wonder if that absence is kind of felt that much more in this adversity.
I think that's I don't know the answer to that, but I think that's a very astute point, Brock. If somebody is a leader in a group and that leader is not around, if others aren't stepping to fill that void, and there's a vacuum there, then that can have a very tangible effect.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see?
And especially like Cal's got good relationships with Luis and Bryce as well. So,
who by the way, are renowned for having a great relationship with each other. Like they're of all of the friendships in that group, and it's a really tight-knit group of 6, 7 if you want to include Cal. Luis and Bryce were often pointed at as being like two guys who were like, brothers from another mother, even though they couldn't come from like more different backgrounds and worlds and everything else. They love each other. And so, I don't know, just all of it is it's a tough one. I don't know whether you saw, it would be very niche for you to have seen this on Sunday, but did you happen to see what happened with Julio and Randy on Sunday, where Randy kind of misplayed a fly ball and then Julio was late for his at bat the next inning? Do you happen to see that?
I did not.
So Randy had kind of I wouldn't expect you to, it was kind of a small deal, but Randy kind of floated back on a fly ball that ended up catching the wall, went over his head, it scored a couple runs. Julio had to run over and kick the ball.
A 2-1 game becomes a 4-1 game.
Yeah, it kind of got away from them after that. And then Julio was supposed to lead off the next inning. He wasn't just late with a pitch timer violation. After the pitch timer violation, Julio started getting on his gear. Like, it was a long process. And Dan said afterwards that Julio was talking about some defense with somebody in the dugout. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I don't think it takes too much to connect the dots and think that Julio was having a little chat with Randy about, being accountable for your defense. When those things happen between players, does that tend to lead to real positive next steps? Or is that some fracturing and fraying?
I think it depends on the person, right? And, Randy is a hard-headed guy. He's also been the best player on the Mariners this year, right? Been the consistent offensive force that they've needed him to be. So I think from his perspective, I'm jumping into his mind a little bit here without asking him, but from his perspective, it's probably like, hey, I'm trying to do everything I can, cut me some slack. But I appreciate the fact that, to me, that's what a leader does. It's someone that holds everyone accountable regardless of what you're doing. And I think sometimes things need to be said. And I applaud Julio Rodriguez for doing that. If the consequence is a strike, then but it leads to a demonstrable difference, then it's a strike well worth giving up. But it's all a matter of, is Randy going to listen? Like, who does Randy Arozarena listen to? And if Julio can be that guy, it's an interesting relationship because he's a younger guy than Randy is. He's got less time in the league than Randy does. So I'll be curious to see if that has any effect.
Mariners are 2 wins away tonight and tomorrow matinee to leading the American League West. Just a game and a half back as we sit. But before the game yesterday, Jeffrey, we were at exactly the 1/3 poll. The Mariners were on pace to win 75 games. From Jeff Passan's purview, why? Why that pacing in a World Series expectation year?
I mean, it's a combination of everything. Like, they just haven't been good. The hitting, the number of guys who are not hitting up to expectations has been rough. The starting pitching has been fine. It hasn't been good, though. It hasn't been to the level that we expected. The bullpen, especially when Brash was out, looked thin. The defense, they're not a good defensive team, and that surprised me a little bit. I figured with what they have up the middle, they would be better defensively. They have not been there. I'm not saying that this is the worst version of the Mariners that we're going to see, but it feels like the 10th or 20th percentile. And to have that over the course of almost 2 months, I'm a little surprised they haven't woken up yet. Mm-hmm. And perhaps some of that is that nobody in the American League West is running away with it. I mean, the Rangers are getting no hit by Tatsuya Amai and a rookie reliever. And the Astros, I just don't think the Astros are good. They don't have the pitching. And the A's, they've got parts. They're in first place right now, but do they really scare you? Not quite yet. It's just a bad division, and so. To try and chase anyone, let alone to take over first place.
Let's talk about my favorite 2 stories of the year so far. One is Colt Emerson, and the side note to that is J.P. Crawford saying that he'd be willing to, or maybe even eager to move over to third base. What have you made of the first week or so of Colt Emerson, first of all, and then we'll get to J.P.?
Yeah, I mean, his game Sunday, just anytime you see somebody whacking 3 doubles, I love that. And Colt Emerson, I don't think he's going to be your big bopping, 30-homer guy. But if you have gap-to-gap power and can hit 20 balls over a fence in a season and play good defense, then you are a perennial all-star. And so him being up and doing this, and not just holding his own, but looking like he really belongs, and having those kinds of games from the 9-hole where you're almost carrying the offense, I don't think he's going to be hitting 9s for a whole lot longer. And in terms of J.P. Crawford, it's just going to be about production, right? Yeah, of course he wants to stay. Seattle is where he found his big league career. Seattle is where he found success. Seattle's where he has won. But third baseman, there's just a baseline of offensive production that you need, and what J.P. Crawford's doing right now doesn't reach that. So I don't anticipate, considering what the Mariners have in their system and what they have coming back, when Brendan Donovan finally healthy, I don't know that there's going to be an extension in his future. And if there were, it would likely be on the club-friendly side. But I respect J.P. Crawford a lot because I think he understands the writing is on the wall here, and that long-term he's probably not going to be the shortstop. So he wants to show off some of that versatility because if the Mariners decide not to bring him back, then other teams are going to look at him, I think, in a different light, having played multiple positions. And it's not going to be a Bo Bichette type of situation, which is such a cautionary tale now. This guy who has never played a position, you sign him, you move him, he goes there, and it turns out he's not very good. There's going to be proof of concept with J.P. Crawford. And for him, I think this is a kill 2 birds with 1 stone thing where it helps the Mariners short and long term, but it also helps J.P. Crawford.
Last thing for me here, Jeffrey. You said in your words there, you're a little surprised the Mariners have not woken up yet. What will finally wake these guys up?
the million-dollar question. And I wish I had, like, a good answer for that, because one would think that with the injuries that they've had, with Cal Raleigh out, with Brendan Donovan out, with Bryce Miller out for as long as he was, that they would have snapped to at this point. But that has not been the case. So what's it going to be? I wish I knew, Brock. I wish I knew, and I think more than anyone, Dan Wilson and Jerry DeVoto and Justin Hollander wish they knew, because they would be doing it right now if they could. This is ultimately, though, on the players, is it not? There's a certain level of pride where they didn't come into spring training this year thinking they were a sub-500 team. They came into spring training thinking, we got a shot to do something really special here, and they just haven't been able to do it at this point.
Yeah, nobody likes my take on that. No such thing.
No, we don't have time.
It's
for
never
it
on
right
the
now
players.
either. No,
that's my. It's
Salk never puts it on the players.
Never.
Jeff. It's never on the players.
Never.
You don't think it's on the players?
Oh no,
I
he
never.
does.
No,
Never,
individual
never
moments, yes. Seasons, no. My opinion is either the GM got the wrong players, or the manager or coach didn't coach them appropriately. Should have done it differently. Like that to me is, and that's across all sports, not baseball, not Mariners, not anything.
It's more baseball.
No, it's everything. It's you either have the wrong players, and you should have gotten players that were going to handle it differently and were going to play better, or you should have coached and managed them differently.
Yeah.
So the guys on the field doing what they're supposed to be doing or not doing what they're supposed to be doing?
Well, if those guys are just pawns. They're just pawns. You're just moving them around, Jeff. They're just pawns. Like, the manager needs to, or the coach needs
you know what?
to.
We gotta go.
We've done this forever. Goodbye, Jeffrey. Thank you.
See you, boys.
Jeff couldn't have been happier to get off the phone there. He was, this is crazy.
You just blew my mind.
I still mean it. I'll be happy to try to convince him some other time. We got more time.
Blown.
I'm right. Just trust me on that.
Hey, the number one show in the market.
It's coming up next.
Airtime.
They want a little something to say.
And they're down there at the Seahawks.
Yep.
We're going to get all sorts of good football stuff. We're going to see the Mariners win tonight and be a half game back of the A's, looking to sweep.
Fresh bullpen.
Great start.
All right, we got to go. We will see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We have a couple fun surprises. And is Lyle smarter than a fifth grader tomorrow? It's going to be great.
For tickets.
Stick around for Bump and Stacy. They're next, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 6. Until then, the hay.
Punching tickets in the bar.
See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper!
Stick around for Bump and Stacy, coming up next at 10.
That's right. That's what this news feels like.
Committee for
so there's going to be a committee to decide whether they're going to make an announcement and when they're going to make an announcement.
Give Seattle a team.
Bump and Stacy with Michael Bumpus and Stacy Rost next at 10.
I hope you guys are prepared to be embarrassed by my behavior.
We're going to be on Hard Knocks for sure.
We're definitely going to be on Hard Knocks because I will drag us in front of these cameras.
On Seattle Sports.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Adventure in the 26 Tacoma TRD Sport, leasing at $399 a month with $1,000 TFS cash. Earn $3,000 in customer cash on the Tundra, leasing at $469 a month, and the 4Runner at $369 a month. All leases, 36 months, $39.99 due at signing. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose?